Shut up and sit down.
Yes, folks, apologies for the black screen delay there. There's a little bit of a glitch going on with the YouTube, which is basically me forgetting the button because I was having a wibble. Anyway, Akka, why have I got that on still? Hold up a minute, I've got to change my brand, folks. Apologies. There you go. There you go.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, welcome to... Should we start again? Yes, folks, hello, gang. Yes, it's not the E-Models Wednesday show. It's the Friday Frolic Wiv Festa and Foxx. Starters you mean to go on, Cole. That's 2 buttons that you didn't press, you look.
We're not going to be able to use the professional word tonight, are we?
It's because we started saying about being professional with our audio and video before we went live, isn't it?
We should have learned by now.
You think we'd know, folks. I mean, anyway, it's the Friday Frolic with me, Festa, and him, Foxx. I'm going to pre-warn you, all of you. We might have a bit of the mischiefs, the pair of us, tonight, and it might go a little bit... But anyway, yeah, we've got the mischiefs for some reason. We don't know why, but we've both come in and we've been misbehaving before we even went live, so it might degenerate. So, yeah, just saying. Anyway,
Chance of shenanigans.
If you'd like to help us out and keep all of this coming, feel free to head over to patreon.com/Festa67's workshop, or click that join button that Anthea's pointing to down there, and yeah, well, you know, Brucey bonus. Give us a 12, give us a 12. And click the join button below. That'll give you access to the Zoom 24/7 off-air hangout, where you'll get to see all the groovy gang and all of that shenanigans. Or you can click the super chat side, which is the $sign there. That puts a super chat in, just like Bill's done. Thank you very much, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
And that gets you a bit of on-screen air guitar and all of that shenanigans, folks. Yes. In the chat there, you'll see the wall of blurb from myself. That's all the perks for affiliations for tabletop gaming, Cromlech, Warhammer stuff, Element Games, Hobby Workshop. They're all my affiliates. That gets you discount on all of your tabletop gaming needs. And I get a little kickback for the referral, but you still get your discounts, folks. Also on there is my Scalemates. That's basically a web-based database of my stash and loads of other people's stashes on there, so go and join it. Go and put your stash on there, send a request to be a mate, and we can all be nosy and see what we've all got in our stashes.
It's your online pile of shame.
Absolutely, folks. First in the chat was Natasha. Crafted Budgie Mama says, hello, Uncle Festa and Foxx. Hello, Natasha. Hope you had a good kip. Finally, I managed to get 4 hours sleep from Tuesday.
Nice.
From Tuesday morning. I was that far from being roofied, mate.
Oh, that's after a busy weekend and all.
Yeah, I just could not sleep for one reason or another. Jasmine is in. We got to come up with a girl's name for Jasmine for next month, because we are on the 31st now. So
have we had Floella before?
We've had Floella. So, yeah, I'm trying to think what we can call her. But anyway, for the moment, Jasmine is in, saying hi, everyone in chat. Hello, Jasmine. How about Camilla? We had Camilla? Have a think in chat.
I think we've had Camilla.
But we've got to issue a girl's name ready for the weekend. LWM, a.k.a. Bill, evening, everyone, and everyone in chat. And he's put in some white glove rockers. It's some of that.
I take my hello back.
My son. Well done, Bill. Nice to keep it going. He's saying hello to Scale Modelling Chaos. Can't remember what we're calling you this month. It's Jasmine. But there will be a new name issued. Natasha says, hi, Chaos. Sorry, a little slow tonight. I'm not feeling okay. Oh, bless. She's still feeling a bit sleepy. Bless her heart. Jasmine till Sunday, then it changes. I want my daughter Ivy to pick next month's name. Go for it. Yeah, let Ivy May pick it. Jasmine, but you need to let us know ready for Sunday, mate, because I'm just going to call you the girl in chat until we get a new name.
Yeah, not the ghoul, the girl.
The girl. It's the girl. Dear. He's saying hello to Natasha. No problem. We have all days like that. Francoise Marion is in, giving me a salute.
Francois?
Good evening. Bonjour, Francois. How you doing? And all of that lot. Bill's putting a £10 super chat with a winky kids before we even went live. So hopefully, I can't issue an. Can I issue an on-screen air guitar? I'll have a look in a sec, Bill, because obviously you did that before I had this window open, and that's what kicks my on-screen. But I'll have a look in a sec when I've read the chat and see if I can send you one, mate.
If not, you just have to do one on the camera.
Yeah. There you go. Penny's Pit Stop is inside morning. Hello, Penny. Hope you're doing all right. Jasmine says, remember, thumbs up. So not where you were thinking, filthy minds. Share, like, and subscribe. Thank you very much, Jasmine. See, Jasmine's a very useful assistant, actually. Much better than Anthea, because Anthea may show me the occasional bit of leg and a bit of, a little bit of a twirl.
Wait.
Jasmine has just gone straight in and done, the assistant's role there, mate. So I might end up firing this one.
Showing you my legs again.
PJ's in, says, evening, morning, Colin Fox, and all you Friday frolickers in chat. We've been at the old white glove rockers going on. Get some of that. Natasha says, thank you so much for being around for me. It's helped me so much in the day. Not a problem, Natasha. I messaged you earlier saying I had to have a kit because, I was really struggling. So apologies for not seeing you today, but I'll be about tomorrow for you. You Golden is in. Hello, you. He says, evening, Cole, Wolfie, and all in chat. Hello, you. How you doing, geez? Lovely to see you, mate. Hope you're keeping safe and well, and that life is treating you kindly, young sir. Jasmine says, once she tells me, I'll put it in the 24/7 Hangout Messenger. Good girl. How about Luna, says Natasha. Good name. About Noella, because obviously Noella, and it's a thing this week, isn't it? Because good old Noel and Liam, are getting little bit skint now, so they've come back to make a few quid and all of that. Yeah, I had a wibble at me telly right now. I don't know whether, I'm going to have this wibble because it's bang out of order. Right.
Buckle up.
Now, I liked a bit of the old Britpop, I must admit. There was a few foot tappers amongst their repertoire and all of that. But do you know what irks me the most? Now, they've put their thing up and gone, we're going to reform, we're doing these gigs. No one's allowed to resell the tickets for more than what they cost because we don't want price scalping. Nice touch there to Noel and Liam. I respect that. But as you know, already they're going for $6,000 on the sites, but they are clamping down on it, and they're going to start finding the people they've sold them to. And if they've sold the tickets on, they get banned from not only the gig, but also the ticket service. Nice touch there for the brothers. Old Parker and his assistant there, because he does look like Parker, doesn't he, Noel Gallagher? But do you know the thing that hurt me the most? The hotels that were cancelling people's bookings that they had paid the £150 a night for their room for the week before the gigs were announced, and then put them same rooms on sale for £650. So all you hotel people out there that have done that, you arseholes, don't bloody take the mickey out of people. Sorry for the language, folks, but it irked me.
Don't mess with the Manchester people.
It's naughty, though, isn't it, folks? Don't you think? I think that's cruel. I really do. Not just because the people lost their rooms that were coming up on holiday, but it's just price scalping off the back of there. I just think that the government or anyone in authority should look at them chains and go, that's naughty, that is. That's ripping off customers and do them for it.
I'm sure the customers would have a legal claim to that.
Yeah.
Some way of fraud.
So if you're not aware of it, folks, go on the social media. And then if you're thinking of booking a room, don't use that particular chain. That's all I'm going to say. I just think it's naughty. Anyway, I'm having a wibble. I shouldn't be. Francoise Marion says, I'm well enough, I suppose. Good for you. Glad to hear it as well. We had Noel 2 Christmases back, laugh out loud. Yeah, we've already had Noel, no worries, mate. Hugh says, kindly, yes, young, not so much. Hey, mate, you're as young as you feel, mate. We'll leave that one there. Natasha says, Luna is one of my budgies, and she's a beautiful purple colour. Why I thought of Luna for chaos. Oh, isn't that lovely? Bill says, social media, no thanks. I don't want Keir knocking on me door. Yeah.
How about a girl's name that appeared on the list of girls' names that were used in, I think it was 2012 or 2013 in the US. They had like a list of the strangest registered names.
Oh, right,
and there were apparently something like 13 or 14 baby girls registered with the name Chlamydia.
Oh, nice one. Nice one.
That was
really? Oh, really?
Somebody thought it was very posh.
I always like it when it comes to hurricane and storm season, when you get these hurricane namers give out their list, and it's like, really? Is that all you could come up with?
And they're always like really like not exciting names at all.
So I've got a name, right, for a storm or another. There's a storm brewing in the UK called Hurricane Winnie. Because that would be an absolute blast, would it?
Yeah, you see, that is a good name for a storm.
That is. Jasmine is straight in with the question of the week, which is belly, bench, beverage, balloon, and biscuits. Belly, spicy chicken pasta. Bench, nothing, has got no chair, 2 legs broke on it. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. I thought we've been having too many McDonald's again.
I think that might be the case.
Replacement is coming tomorrow. Bevy Iron Brew. I approve of the Iron Brew, yes. Bill says they've got a brother called Syphilis.
Iron Brew made in Scotland from gutters.
So, yes, belly, bench and beverage, folks. Yes. What am I up to, I hear you ask?
What are you up to?
Funny you should ask that, young GNU. I am continuing butchering this poor little German. There you go.
It's a fancy spaghetti wagon.
Yeah, so that's what I am butchering tonight. So we've got a bit of that going on Festa Towers. Next thing is, forgetting myself, how's you and how's my mum?
Before I answer that, how's you and how's my mum and my Auntie Winnie?
I'm all right, mate. You know what we spoke about before, so I've got that going on, and you just deal with it, don't you? My mum is all right, mate. She was having a bit of a wibble as well.
Good girl.
She was having a wibble about the current incumbent of number 10. So she was having so we won't go into a wibble because it's politics, but she said, I'm doing it, she says. I said, what? She said, I'm doing the pigeon head, love. I said, oh, yeah. And the language that came out. She's right. And apparently my mum and Winnie are getting together and they're writing a stern letter.
Oh. A letter from the Anadin sisters. It's not going to go down well for...
so he's going to have that plopping on his PA's desk any time. So if you do see this incumbent even of Downing Street, looking rather sweaty and a bit nervous and adjusting his collar because he's a little bit fidgety on his feet and he's, all of that.
Do you think Auntie Winnie's going to pop across the road to the charity shop and see if she can pick up a typewriter?
Yeah, he might well. She's still got one. He might well have had the letter read to him. Yeah. Yeah, they're on a mission, apparently, the pair of them. It's like, yeah, whatever, you'll get arrested.
Do you think they'll read out the big words as well?
I said, no, we're going to do it. She said, we've had a chat. She said, all right, Mum. She'll forget in a couple of days, but...
Yeah. Unless she watches this.
Yeah, they're fine, mate. They're doing their thing, as you know. I've just said what they're up to. So, it was nice knowing you. My next live stream's going to come from the tower, because that's where I'm going to end up.
The entire family taken away.
Just quickly, John Alex, Scale Modelling, is in. Saying hello, Colin Fox. Hello, John. Lovely to see you, mate. And I hope things are picking up for you, mate. You know what I mean, mate. So... keep your head up, mate, and keep fighting for us, yeah?
Yes.
So anyway, yes, you're a bump. Come on, out with it.
I'm fine, thank you. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm a bit warm. Mama Wolf is fine. She's gone to bed.
Yeah.
A very short day today. She knows it on the Friday.
I know she's not. She's crafty, actually. She's had a 6-hour day today because she's very crafty. His mum. She gets up late on a Friday, knowing that he's going to go live with me, and she gets to go back to bed nice and early, so she gets to have a real lazy day, doesn't she?
Well, I gave her a choice because she doesn't like the fact because she always manages to time going to bed just when we're about to finish, so I have to go off and then sort out because I'm not there. And she's like, I keep doing that, don't I? So in the end, she's like, I'll just go to bed at 11 o'clock. She's become the thing now, you see, that she knows that.
And at first, he thought, oh, that was really good and thoughtful of her. And I went, no, she's playing you like a £2 fiddle, mate. She gets to have a 6-hour day. And he's like, damn it, Kelbag.
Yeah. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was on the E-Models show. It might be the E-Models show.
Yeah.
Where I had to step away for a minute because she pinged me.
Yeah.
She pinged me to ask if she could have a cup of tea. And I said, I'm in the middle of a live stream. She went, oh, I forgot. I'd literally told her half an hour before. She hadn't forgotten. She knew. Bless her. Yeah, so she's fine. We're both fine now.
Oh, good. Glad to hear it.
Tonight I am. I've put that the thing I was working on before that I've forgotten all the words.
The Tank Vanquisher, is it, or whatever? I don't know what it was called.
Horus Heresy.
That's the one.
Solar Auxilia. That's it. Yeah,
Horus Heresy, the Butcher.
Yeah. Horus Hereticals. Because you get burnt out on something after doing it for a bit. You put it to one side.
Absolutely,
so
mate.
I've dug out my Orc Mega Track, I think it's called. It's a Forge World kit. I dug this out. It's been in the
Forge World was mentioned. Whenever we mention it, the Excalibur music has to be hummed.
Yeah, if Edward comes in chat now, he's going to have to go and have a look at it.
Yeah.
So I got this out because it's been in the shelf for about a year, and I've started painting it. The difficulty is I was filming it, so I've just remembered that right at this exact moment.
Yeah, I'll tell you something, though. We're getting to see your big weapon on the bench there, mate. And what an impressive barrel it is.
My big super cannon. I'll tell you what I did do. I put a magnet in it.
Oh, God.
I did magnets.
I'm so proud. This is why you are a white glove wearing GNU, because you do these things so that we don't have to.
Now, and I showed this to Festa earlier, but for people who naysay Forge World resin as not being very good, let me show you this. This is the cover that goes over the driver's area. It's like a little canopy, and it's like mesh metal.
You're a canopy.
This is resin. This is all resin.
I like that.
Look at the quality of the mesh there.
We are, mate. We are. I've got you on the full screen, mate, so we can see all of your honeycomb goodness.
Yeah, and there was very little flash to clean off. That's all one piece.
Ah, saviour of the universe.
So resin can be good, and Forge World resin can be very good. Yeah, so I'll be working on that, and I've just kiboshed filming it now, so that'll be the end of that one.
I told you we had the mischiefs.
Yeah, we have.
It is one of them. We have got the mischiefs.
It's one of those days where I've got loads of energy, but I've only been up for like 7 or 8 hours, and I've done nothing. So it's got to go somewhere.
Absolutely. I am going to...
Don't say Forge World. My wallet gets scared. Fox's weapon has an impressive length, just hardly any width, says... we haven't chosen a name yet, have we?
No, not yet.
Jasmine, so far.
Ivy May has got the pleasure of doing the name tonight this week.
Natasha says she had a budgie called Hulky passed last year. One of my rescue one called Buzz. I've taken budgies who need a home.
Oh, bless her. That's very good of her.
Yep, she tells Hugh that both of them are green.
No.
And she also says that males can actually lay eggs on rare occasions. It's weird, but it's true. I occasionally lay an egg, but it's not the same.
I was going to say something then, and I'm so glad that I didn't.
Yeah.
You know when you get that Tourette's stage and you go to blood. Dude, I'm so glad that I was distracted because I would have blurted something out then. Yeah,
it was nearly instant response, wasn't it?
There was, I was very
Bill
good.
says that really resonates with me.
See what you did there?
Yeah.
I see what you did. Now, I had an interesting picture sent to me during the week. I don't know whether he's in the chat. I'm doing something that I don't normally do here, folks. I'm scrolling up
Bum, bum, bum. See the sacrifices he makes for you people.
I've not seen them in the chat yet. So hopefully they come in. Stefan Last reached out to me and said, here, you old bald wazzock. I sat and watched your Friday Frolic back on Saturday, and I was looking at your little conversion you're doing with the old front trackykins, you know, a bit of the old... let's get the old... Who'd you be calling me watching a flit out? I've got to slap them on the front, yeah, a bit of that. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And use the wheel arches that come with the kit to slam the tracks on and all of that, yeah? Shove it under its front, yeah.
Underneath the wheel.
Underneath the arches. Right, so he says, yeah, he said, I've had a thought, so I'm going to show you the picture. Right, now he sent me that bad boy, yeah?
Yeah.
Look what he did, he shortened the tracks, yeah? So you can see me in the corner there with the longer tracks, yeah?
Yeah.
What he did, he said, I've been on Photoshop, he said, I had a looky-loo. He said, wondered whether you would like how they look shorter, see? So it was like... that's an interesting concept, yeah. I thought, yeah. So I only went and did it.
Look at that.
Look at that. You like that, don't you?
That looks mint.
So, Stefan, if you're watching this back, my old mate, have you some of that? Because that's your idea. You sent me the picture. Here, Cole, don't you think that would look a bit more... in fitting, which it does. Look at that.
Yeah.
Perfect length for the leaf springs and all of that. Look. So, Stefan, you had an idea, you suggested it, and I've implemented it, and I hope you're happy. But, you know, I do take on board, folks, suggestions that get made in chat. Now, before you type in the chat, stop live streaming and kill your channel. I'm not going to. But, yeah, I listened to a suggestion that I thought was rather appropriate, so I'm going to be modifying that one today. All right, folks? So,
it's like the real thing, but petite.
Thanks, mate. I thought that was a nifty little idea, and he was ever so polite. So I don't want you to think I'm telling you how to do your build or anything like that. You know, and it's like, no, I like that. It sent a spark, and I sat here and I just thought, I'm going to have a go, chopping one up and see what it looks like.
Nothing wrong with sending people ideas and suggestions, is there?
So there you go, mate. Keep bashing.
Bill says, I'm not allowed to send pictures to people on the phone till the court order ends in 2028. and Natasha, not Natasha, Jasmine says, yeah, but Bill, your mistake was sending them to the judge. Yeah, that's a bit of a dumb move.
Yeah, that's where you went wrong, mate. Yeah. So no, I like little ideas like that. You know, I've had it before, people. I think PJ's done it before, where he's gone, here, mate. Yeah, you know you're doing so and so, wouldn't it be? So yeah, I like that. I'd like to be able to make people's day. So when he sees that, he's gonna give it the old. That was my idea. That.
Now, I've lost track of what it's referring to, but Natasha says to you, don't you dare, Festa. I was quick on the mark yesterday with you.
Okay, yeah, I'm confounded as well there.
It's a couple of minutes ago, so I've forgotten what we're talking about.
So
Hugh Gordon says, and again, I'm not sure what this is referring to, totally baffled me. He/she was cool. We lived next door to a pub and Chico came over with me many times. Oh, it's a budgie. Locals loved him. He was a pearl lace pattern. Okay. Burbs. Right.
Bird stuff. Yeah.
I think I stopped painting this because I instantly ran out of ideas after I'd done the base blue dry brushing. So,
oh, really? One of those, was it?
You know, like you have the model in your mind and you can visualise it. And then when you start painting it, that visualisation just goes, bye! And you get one or two colours down.
Feeling only too well, mate.
Yeah, you get the one or two colours down. You go, right, what am I going to do next? That's why I stopped doing custom Gunpla paint jobs, because I could never come up with custom paint jobs. Right, so let's just do some simple silver metallics. That's always a good way to get started.
Well, I don't know. You didn't do bad on that Zaku, did you?
Well, that was kind of, that was... What, the one for George?
Yeah. The old cell shading. I did like that.
Yeah, but I mean, like, coming up with, like, if here's a gunpla and it's supposed to be this like red, blue, green, and yellow, let's have a different colour scheme, and I just go.
Yeah, I'm quite lucky like that. I can look at colours and I can go, oh, that'll work with that. That'll work with this. It's just something I'm lucky that I can do. But
you have that knack.
Yeah,
I just kind of. It's weird, but it's like if you give me like an outline drawing of something, tell me to colour it in, I'll be like, brown. I don't know. It's just that part of my brain doesn't work.
Jasmine says, visualising models is what got me through my teenage years. Same here, mate. I used to have a wall of fame in the bedroom of, Yeah,
visualising models.
Yeah, Bill says, here, Festa, can you make sure you keep track of what you're doing there? I am. I'm really on the ball, mate.
Visualising models is why Bill has got that order till 2028.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, now I get what you're on about, Natasha. Third. Grassing me up there. Yeah. I've got my eye on you now. Yeah, I had a Festa moment. Yeah.
Oh.
That's all right. That's all right, dear. That's all right. I'll get you back.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
Bless her.
Next time.
Yeah. Yeah. I know exactly what you mean now.
Talking of which, have you ever had one of those days where your brain just goes in a weird direction? You start doing very strange things.
Oh, yeah. I was like that today, mate.
Yeah, like I found myself yesterday, without realising it, I suddenly found myself sitting there, like searching on Google, is Inspector Gadget actually human?
Oh, really?
I don't even know how I got there. I was like, I just thought, is he actually human or is he just a...
I can imagine your Google search history is quite a bizarre...
Revelation.
Yeah, quite a bizarre thing, to be honest with you.
Because I do, it's like, I'll just sit there and like a random question will pop into my mind and it'll be like, oh yeah, I've got the internet now. I can find out things like that.
You see something, don't you? You go on a mission then. You Google, yeah. It's like if you watch a TV show, I Google all the cast members and I'm off on a side track then.
Yep.
Yeah, no, but...
I do that. I always have, if I'm watching something, I always tend to have IMDb open up somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I use, IMDb.
Yeah. Like just about, what else? Or especially when you watch something and you can recognise an actor and you're like, I know this actor from somewhere.
Yeah, they was in such and such, and then you sit there and do a fist pump when you find it, and you was right. Yeah. You're like...
Or sometimes I'll do it with a voice actor. I'll be like, I know that voice.
Yeah.
So I'll Google what he's in it I'm watching or listening to it, and then I'll find out where it's. Oh yeah, I knew it.
Yeah, I did it with the guy that did the voicing for Manny Calavera.
Oh yeah.
And it was like he's been in several films and things like that and TV shows, and he's got a very distinctive voice, and it's like, yeah, that's Manny Calavera, that is. And I went on a Google mission, and yes, it was. And I was like, yeah, I told you it was Manny. And as Ellen walked in the room, said, you do realise you're in here alone. She said, you're fist pumping yourself. You need to get out more, love. Yeah. Let's clean that up now that we've chopped that poor little axle down.
That phrase could have so many different meanings.
Oh, yeah. Let's just quickly do a test fittykins. Look at that, folks. See, look, and it's pretty much already an exact fit just by chopping.
You made it look so easy.
Just finesse that and file it. It's just something I'm able to do, mate. I don't know why. I don't know. Just works. Some
people just do things instinctively and naturally, don't they?
Yeah.
We don't all have the same skills.
I know.
But that's the beauty of it. You see, we all have different skills.
Just me being me, isn't it? It's like...
Yeah. I think everybody has something, at least one thing that they can do that they've just always been able to do without any training and just instinctively do. Or just, without being shown, they just kind of fall into it. And everybody has that.
I just liked the concept. Nice. As soon as I saw the photo, I was like, yeah, actually, that really does work well. And it was like, done.
Yeah.
And I think it would be chuffed to bits, to be quite honest with you. But, yeah. Oh, let's just lose that little bit of rim. Have you a bit of that?
See what I did there?
I did.
You like that, didn't you?
I did, dear. I'm so
I'm very
proud of you.
appreciative of that. I know, I can tell.
I actually think we've been remarkably good so far because we both really did have the mischiefs before we went live.
Oh, God, yeah.
And it was like 15 to 20 minutes of sheer stupidity, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah. Don't come near us when we've got the mischiefs because it's never going to end well for you. You won't keep up, you won't get it, and you'll just be lost. And you probably end up the worse off for it as well.
Yeah.
Dee. My friend sent me a message on WhatsApp yesterday. It was the funniest thing. He just every now and then he'll take the kids, he'll do something with the kids and he'll just send me a random message on WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And I assume he's been out with the kids to some sort of zoo because I got the ping on WhatsApp, I opened it up and there's basically a photograph of an alpaca head. The face of an alpaca. Yeah. And his entire phrase was, head so soft, soft. That was it. I'm like,
okay.
Your kids have taken you to the alpaca farm again, haven't they?
Yeah, you've not been out a lot recently, have you? Yeah.
Yeah. He's just the way he's like, so soft. He's like, it was so important that he'd contact me to tell me that the alpaca was so soft.
Yeah, we used to take the boys to a local farm where it was, you could interact with the animals and all of that lot, and we used to love going down there because it would be, it'd just be a good laugh, good day out. Yeah.
There's one near me I didn't know about. I went to about 15 years ago with at the time other half.
Yeah.
And it was quite good. It was a bit basic. It was just like, there were pigs and horses and goats and stuff, nothing exotic. But it's in a slightly impoverished area, so it was quite nice. And they had this horse that was like the size of Wales. It was enormous.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I think horses are wonderful animals. They're very majestic and absolutely beautiful. But I'll always be terrified stood next to one. I'll never be like not terrified.
Yeah.
Like you get these people that can walk up and just pat them on the head and say, oh yeah, and they're nice. And I'll be like, I am physically terrified and in fear for my life. I know it's a wonderful animal and I do love them, but I'll never stand next to one and not be absolutely bricking it.
I got bit by one horse.
Have you? Oh.
Yeah.
Was it your fault?
I don't know, to be quite honest with you. It just looked round and thought I'm going to have a nibble and bit me right in the belly.
Of all the places to get bitten by a horse.
So me, I was like, dagnam it, and threatened it with a glue.
Gosh darn, he said.
Threatened it with a glue factory, It's like,
Oh, yeah.
But it was like, I just still don't know why, because I would have understood it if I had been winding it up somehow, but it just looked round. It took a liking to me, I think, and it was probably a playful nibble. But by Christ, their teeth are like bloody doorsteps, isn't they? And it's like,
when you're the size of a truck, a playful nibble has a whole different...
Yeah, so it was one of those, dagnam it, that really smarted a tad, young horsykins.
Gosh darn, my good fellow.
Yeah.
Most unexpected.
Young Dratus and all of that, yeah. There you go. So I've now got a matching pair of shortened tracks. Have you some of that?
Nice.
So they'll be cleaned up and finessed once that glue's got off. So I now need to shorten the tub that they're going to sit in. So I've got to cut the arris off at the end of that and shorten that together.
Now I have a question for you, young Festa.
What's that, geese?
Given your absolutely thorough, complete knowledge of jet engines and jet turbines, you see here on this engine on this Orc truck, you being an Orc and all, you've got this engine here with this big turbine and intake here.
Yeah.
What do you think this thing is? It comes off the engine block with a hose, and like a thing, and then it's like this cylinder.
Is it a NOS canister to inject more gas in the afterburner to give it a bit more?
Could be.
Or affectionately, it's known as secret gubbins.
Secret gubbins.
Secret gubbins.
I could that if I treat it as that, then it dictates I could paint it a bright colour. So I think what it will be.
What I would do over that is I would paint a little bit of faded red.
Yeah.
Bit of the dry brushy where it's really faded down, but it's like, because red is danger. So they'll have a matching danger button, won't they? Which in all lingo is press for gubbins.
Well, if it is a NOS canister, it's good because don't forget to aux as well. Red makes it go faster.
Yeah, exactly. See, so there's method to my
sense.
forksness. See what I did there?
Yes.
Right, so we've got to
I see
figure
what you
out.
did there. I see what you did. Don't know what that was.
Yeah, we're going to cut its iris off. That's what we're going to
I
do.
won't do that again. There's a lot of like, you know, like when you get steel and you do that, like cut it, you cut it in half with a whatever it is, a welder or something.
Plasma cutter, yeah.
Plasma, yeah. There's a lot of plasma cut edges on this that are just begging for like metal dry brushing and stuff later on.
Now, you don't
want to do too
think
much.
about it, folks. You just get the saw and you cut it.
Cut it. Yeah. What are you doing? I'm cutting it.
But like me, I am aware my thumb is under there, so I'm desperately trying not to cut through it. Because that has been done before, as Fox knows. But do you remember, I cut that diagonal bit off the side of my thumb there. It's like, yeah.
The thing you have to understand about Festa is that he can be 100% completely cognizant that his thumb is near the blade, and he can still cut through it.
Yeah, I'll still cut through it, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that he knows it's there. Knowing it's there and not cutting through it are two different things, not necessarily compatible. But, excuse me. Compatible.
Look at you with your lingo there. I'm proud of you, soldier.
Here's the thing, though. Given my little bit of Googling the other day when I realised a dumb question floated in my brain, and my brain went, hey, you can look on the internet for that nowadays.
Yeah.
For the people watching, given that the internet can answer all your questions, what's a dumb question or weird little thing that you've always wanted to know the answer to? Like, you know, like I was like, is Inspector Gadget human or not?
Well, for me, why was Bob Monkhouse so shiny? Look back at any footage when you see him on the telly. He was very, very shiny. He looked like he had been coated with Pledge 2 times more shine. That's the silly thing I often wonder. Why was he that shiny?
Yeah. Please like me.
Yeah. So, yeah. Great comedian, don't get me wrong, a very, very funny man. But he was also very, very, very shiny.
And you could never not look at the bowl on his chin.
You can't unsee it. It's like that scene out of Austin Powers, isn't it? Mirror.
Mood.
See, my boy, he's binge watching Bullseye at the moment because it's on one of them random channels. And he has got such an inane... Why? Because I'm about to tell you. He's got an insane amount of hatred for Jim Bowen. And the language that comes out of my eldest son's mouth, well, it would make my Aunt Wynn's toes curl.
Wait. God, I was going to say, if he hates him, why is he watching it?
Why? Because he gets to insult him. That's the thing.
Sense.
He gets to give Jim Bowen a piece of his mind, mate.
What did Jim Bowen ever do to your boy?
I don't know, but he hates him with a vengeance. See, there you go, folks. See, look, I've cut a big chunk like that out of that, so that I can weld that on the Harris. Look at that. So you've got to have shortened wheel arches, so that track will sit there a little bit better, like that.
Nice. I suppose it's only like me when I was a kid, having an unnatural hatred of Grange Hill and running out the room screaming every time it came on.
Yeah, you didn't like Grange Hill, did you?
I don't know why. I just didn't. It was like I'd just run out every time. I refuse to watch this.
Yeah, it's biblical gash. Yeah. So I
don't know what it was. It wasn't even that. It was just like I'd just get angry and run out of the room.
To lose there a couple of mil like that. So that needs to go there.
It's tricky to know what to actually paint the silver on an Orc vehicle because it's all supposed to be rusty and rubbish and terrible.
I want to chop a bit more out of that now because it's not short enough for my liking.
Yeah, you want to chop a bit more out of that.
I like peas.
Peas.
Been a while.
Peas, hello peas.
Been a while. I like peas. I really, really like peas.
Oh, my steering's gone again. Oh.
Yeah. I think they're buying a narrow boat.
But just not very narrow.
Yeah. Underneath the cut. No, I better not.
I got myself a narrow boat. I got stuck. Oh, we're going to hell. And no, we will never explain this to you ever. No one will ever have this explained to them. Some people have asked me, it's like, nope.
I've been asked, yeah. What is the gag? It's like, spitting image, gotta watch it.
What is the gag? Very well, thank you.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. We just like being very, very childish, don't we?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Sometimes something just sticks in your mind, and this was one of those, wasn't it? It's up there with the infamous minor celebrities. Do you remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Bill says that must be a sore point, so he did their bill. And yes, folks, we are graced. We are graced by royalty now. Just when you thought it was safe to go outside, the model making community proudly presents Sagan, the sequel. Yes, Jeff is in from Lord, a candygram of Mongoland, saying hi to Festa, Fox, Bill, Paul, Hugh, deep breath, John, Tasha, Bobbins, Francois, PJ, Penny, and all in chat. Yes, folks, it is the wonderful, the talented, the delightful Jeff Koenig. There you go, mate. You can go now. I got carried away, didn't I?
You got carried away with that one, didn't you?
I need to get out more.
What distinguishes our species is thought. The cerebral cortex is, in a way, liberation. We need no longer be trapped in the genetically inherited behavior patterns of lizards and baboons, territoriality and aggression and dominance hierarchies. We are each of us largely responsible for what gets put into our brains. That wasn't very good, actually. And baboons. Lizards. People.
I'll stop now. Sorry, folks.
I was struggling to read around my camera and I didn't get the voice quite right. Lizard people.
Poor Jeff, he's got to stop coming in now. He's going to empty a pillow.
He's like, well, I was going to sit and watch, but I've been here for an hour now and you've not stopped, so I'll go to bed now.
Yeah.
Bless him. He loves it, really.
Yeah. Bless his heart.
They
must be sitting there going, God, them two are completely and utterly nuts.
Yep.
But...
Or he's sitting there going, normally I have to pay for this.
Yeah, we're here all week.
Yep. Try the fish.
Try the fish. Fish is fun. Don't know why I said that.
Fish is fun.
Speaking out loud again then, wouldn't I?
Sounds like a Bluey episode. Fish is fun.
Sounds like one of those special films with that bloke with the afro and the moustache. You know the bloke.
Oh, yeah. I know the one you mean. Just step behind the beaded curtain and we'll show you what we've got.
Absolutely, yeah.
Let's see. I'm giving the exhausts silver tips because I can weather them down and look grubby, but I'm giving the rest of the exhaust, keeping that rusty.
So you did the
rustularity.
You got your tips out, didn't you?
Steady. It's difficult to know what to leave as not rusted on it or thing.
Yeah, it's one of them, isn't it? Go with the flow, mate. See what?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some of the checker plate and stuff silver, but then I'll weather it down massively to make it look dirty and rusty. Again, but not the same rust as all the rest of the truck.
No,
because I want some variation, different ages.
Some of that. Right, let's sort that out. Let's give that a bit of a clean up.
Cleaning down.
Get rid of that.
And we're cleaning.
Let's lose that edge off of there.
You can never lose your edge, Festa.
Yeah, don't want to go too mad with it. Don't want to get carried away, Cole, do you? Right, what was I going to do? Actually, do we go for a bit of that?
I've heard that you like a bit of that, so I'd go for it if I were you.
Yeah, I don't want to put CA on there because the fumes, if I weld that. Yeah, so let's just dry weld it. Sod it. Go for that.
Talking of that, I got myself a few weeks ago, I've not tried it yet, some apparently vapor-free CA glue that's not supposed to fog up
Oh, right,
paint.
yeah.
You know, like you get that frostiness on, if you glue two painted bits together, you get that frostiness because of the vapor.
Yeah.
What is it? Let's have a look. It's Bob Smith, of course, because it's always Bob Smith.
Absolutely. Good old Bob.
It's the odorless cyanoacrylate.
Yeah, the BSI in it. Yeah, Bob Smith Industries.
He sounds so British, like he's like made all this stuff in his shed, but he's probably not. He sounds like he's probably got a Yorkshire accent. Because only a Yorkshireman could get like 400 different types of the same glue and sell them all individually.
Exactly.
Yeah, Bob, I've got these two glues from you. One's got a red label, one's got a blue label. What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, one's got a red label, one's got a blue label. There you go. Buy them both. Well, you see, that's the red label glue. That's wholly different.
There you go. Tack the other side, because why not?
You get quite a nice underbelly on this mega track. You get the drive shaft and everything.
A nice one.
Now, I have to say, there was a bit of finagling to get all this to fit together.
Oh, right, yeah.
Because the track units, the wheels are individual.
Yeah.
You stick the wheel on the axle. But the track you assemble as like a loop. It's all pre-shaped.
Oh, right, yeah.
And then you've got to get it all to fit. And the wheels can actually go up and down on the axle. So it's like, it was quite a tricky fiddle to get it all fitting and to sit on the horizontal. Got there in the end. Bit of swearing and heating up and bending and stuff.
Yeah.
All came good in the end.
Okay.
If there's one thing that unites anyone that's ever built a Forge World kit, it's that smell of hairdryer heated resin.
Oh! Forge World was mentioned. Yeah, carry on. Sorry, mate.
No, I'd finished. That smell of hairdryer heated resin. Everybody knows.
Oh, yeah. Also, when you get that white box that you just go,
that just gives you
opening an iPhone in it for the first time.
Those white boxes, they just give me the fizz.
Oh, bless. Go on.
No, go on.
Sagan, the legend that is Jeff from Mongoland, has put in a $10 super chat, bless you. A few coins thrown your way to throw at whatever needs a few coins thrown at. Thank you very, very much, Jeff, for your kindness there, mate. There should be imminently a bit of on-screen air guitar, and I need to look for bills as well to issue him one, so I'll do that shortly. Yeah, because I got distracted with me welding, didn't I? I forgot.
I like to weld it.
Just get that in there. YouTube's a little bit behind, folks. I do apologise. But
I'm going to paint this drive shaft silver, but I know it's going to end up just black. And gunk and dirt, but I'm going to paint it silver anyway.
Nice one. Let's have a look to see whether I can check on. That's that. That's that. Let's do one of those. And I'm going to issue one. It might not have your name on it, but I'm just going to issue one to Bill because he kindly put a super chat in at the beginning. So this one coming up is for Bill. Even though it says Kevin donated $28, Bill did a £10 super chat. That's just the default air guitar from Slobs. But I did say I'd issue one to Bill. But yeah,
Yep.
You go, folks. So that is for our friend LWM Modeling, who did a super chat literally just before we went on air. So thank you for that, mate. Right. Let's get the rest of this bad boy welded, and then we can test fit my tracks then. Tracks. That's what he did there.
It wasn't very good.
Hey, mate, you tried. Get a weld down in there, Cole, don't you, before you spin that round your
Burk.
You're a burk, aren't you? You go plate burk.
I don't remember ever actually watching Trapdoor. But I know of it. Burk.
Oh, yeah, it's rhyming slang, isn't it?
I don't know.
Berkeley Hunt.
Oh,
Can't say what it rhymes with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's have a
Willie
bit of that.
Rushton narrated that.
Willie Rushton there was a legend.
Yep. Narrated Trapdoor.
Institution. wasn't he?
Willie Rushton, yes, Willie Rushton. Go on, sorry, what?
Absolute institution, wasn't he?
Yes.
Again, sadly departed this world.
Got no tissue.
A stalwart of that infamous quiz show, Celebrity Squares, as well, wasn't he, Willie Rushton?
Yes.
With Shiny Man, Bob Monkhouse. Right, let's just...
I'm not sure what Willie Rushton actually did, though, other than appearing on other people's programmes. And he wrote some books, but... What did
Yeah, he was a
do?
very fringe satirist, wasn't he?
Was he? I don't know. That's
Satirist, you know, he was something, wasn't he? Didn't he start out as a poet?
I don't know. Because I always get confused with the other guy, and he wasn't, who did all the inventions and stuff, but it wasn't.
Oh, yeah, that was Wilf Lund.
Yeah. Oh, wasn't he on, he was on That Was the Week That Was, wasn't he? Willie
Yes.
That's right. That was the week that was.
But yeah.
Showing our age now, Jesus.
We'll be doing that Google thing later. Here, found out what Willie Rushton did.
Oh, at some point, anybody put in the chat what their weird Google questions will be. Let's have a look. Hugh Gordon says, visualising Blondie and Susie Quattro did it for me.
Oh, good shout. Good shout. Yeah.
Bill just says, I was just in the hangout on my own. It's not recorded, is it? Asking for a friend. What were you doing? Festa likes Pan's people, or at least one of them. I think it was Babs. Says Jasmine. For some reason, it's this month I gave him the name Jasmine, and I can't remember it. This one time, I can't remember his damn name. And I'm the one that gave him the damn name. Don't worry, Bill, we didn't see you in those suspenders.
Yeah. I can't unsee that bloody image now. No.
John Alex says, hi, Ross, mate, at Scale Model Ninja. And
yeah, that's
Jasmine
different
says,
person,
John,
yeah.
I think you got me and Ross mixed up.
Yeah.
He also says, Festa is now doing a rim job.
That was what I was trying not to say.
LWM tells me that thing on the intake is a chemtrail dispenser.
That works.
A thingamajig, says Hugh.
I know Jimmy calling me watch him a flip.
Yeah. Jasmine says, here's an old dad joke one. If only Smarties have the answer, what's the question?
There's a thing, yeah.
I guess the question is, who has the answer?
Exactly.
Bill says, it's like Carl Siegel is in the room. I don't know who that is.
It's uncanny, mate. It's uncanny. Carl Sagan. Yeah.
Seagull. Oh, Carl Seagull. Oh, I see. Carl Seagull.
Oh, dear. What's he like? He had one job.
Bill says, drive shaft, you all, everybody, 10 points and all expenses paid weekend is Skegness to anyone who gets the reference. Yes, I know what that reference is. You all, everybody. Yes, I know that reference. I know exactly what that's from. I had the Trapdoor episodes on DVD, then lost it to my ex's kids. Also had Count Duckula and Danger Mouse. Ooh.
Oh, dear.
Willie Rushton was a cartoonist and satirist who co-founded Private Eye. There you go.
Satirist. So, yeah. Private Eye, great magazine. I used to love reading Private Eye.
Oh, yeah. Interesting.
Coleman balls used to be the highlight. Yeah.
That was so good. I got a book one Christmas of Coleman balls.
Yeah.
My favourite one was who was the Murray Walker's favourite line from him was, look up there, it's the sky.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Fun fact, if you ever watch the Duckula episode that takes place in the Louvre,
yeah,
and I think it's like two famous robbers trying to rob a painting in the Louvre or something like that, I stood at the desk of the guy who was painting one of the backdrops for that.
Oh, right, yeah.
While he was painting one of the backdrops for that.
Oh, wow.
My dad arranged for me to go around on a trip around Cosgrove Hall one day because he knew Cosgrove Hall.
Good factoid. Which is the rear?
He was painting the backdrop.
That'll be the front. View a bit of that.
I've seen that exact one of those backdrops in there. It's quite cool.
Happy days. Get in there, Wilkie. You smart man, you. Well done. Proud of you. Get rid of that. There you go. Right. And that should be a successful implementation of 2 shortened tank tracks. This is the front. That is.
Implementation.
Yeah, all day long. I'm having that. That's getting glued in.
The beauty of a vehicle like this is, I can't remember where they are because they've been painted now, but there are so many little bits of plastic cardboard stuck on rivets covering up gaps and seams. Because it's an old vehicle and you can do that and get away with it.
Oh, yeah, and we've got all the patience to sit and make them as well.
Yeah, because it's fun.
Even though we do wibble when we're doing it.
Yeah. And I somehow did a random splob of paint there, right?
Yeah.
And it just happened to come out looking exactly like all the rest of the paint's chipped off and left that one bit really convincingly.
Oh,
and I don't even know how I did that. That's probably a thumbprint or something.
Send that up the way. Let's just bring that forward. That. And that should adhere quite nicely now.
Adhere, say. Adhere.
Adhere.
And add there as well. Yeah.
A little bit more that way. That's better. Use some of that. Right, let's get a bit of glue on that bad boy and get that in place. I'll start building the rest now. But it's one of those, I wanted to do this before I forgot because... Like that.
Dear Festa, I was watching your stream last week and I have to say that as of yet I have not received my some of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you advise when it will be delivered?
Get you a bit of in. There you go. That's got a bit of a tit on it, and then let's just get rid of that. I want that there. Give that a trim. I think that was sitting right. Yeah, try not to cut through your thumb, Cole. Come on, you can do it.
Don't cut through your thumb.
Gosh.
We have faith in you.
Yeah, I didn't cut through my thumb. I remembered where it was.
Good lad.
Always cut away from you, folks, not towards you. It's the most practical advice, but It's not the easiest thing to do, really, cutting away from you, isn't it? It just goes against what your response would be. But
I can't do it. You know, when you trim something, I just can't cut away from myself. I don't know why. If I cut towards myself, it's fine. If I cut away, I just hack it to bits and make a complete mess of it.
That's good, that. Tilty downykins. That's it. That's that one done. And then we want to match that the other side then. Do a bit of that. Put on my son. There you go. Persuasion fit. Do it with comply.
You have 5 seconds to comply.
Resistance is futile. There you go. That's my little shortened track unit. Happy days. That's had all of that lot chopped out. And the tracks.
Track unit 0.
Been shortened by at least 4 wheels. So, yeah. So
2 wheels?
For Stefan, when he watches it back. There you go, Stefan. Hopefully you like how that came out.
That's so cool. It looks like a Ket and Craft rag, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that's now the front little unit. So don't need all of them. That's offcuts, which means they'll be welded onto some other poor unfortunate model at some point. And then that will sit underneath the chassis.
Oh, you said it right. Good girl. Thank you. I feel good now.
Like
I knew
that.
I would.
There you go. That was a treat, doesn't it? What do you reckon?
Oh, yeah. Oh,
cute, isn't it?
I like that. Oh, yeah.
So there you go. Right.
And you know what? That little, it does look like a little Ket and Craft rag, but that little sort of bay that the tracks are on either side of.
Yeah, the lower hull of the vehicle, yeah.
Yeah. That's just like more engine space. And more wires and tubes and pipes.
And all kinds of garbage will disappear. The axle and the drive unit will go down there. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's going to sit. Something like that.
I love the fact that you don't just cobble a makeshift model together. You actually make something that will probably work if you built it for real.
Yeah, I'm going to actually run a shaft down so it's got drive going to it, and the axle that would be, or the differential will be shortened and will come across in there. So it looks like it's got drive going to the appropriate wheels. And yeah, so it's going to sit something like so. Let's just lose that a minute underneath the chassis.
Underneath the shaft.
Yeah. So that's what that's going to do. So that's that bit. Going to let that dry now. Now that it's been modified. Adjusted, as I would say. It's been adjusted to comply.
Are you actually allowed to use the word... Oh, I've forgotten what the word was now. Never mind, joke died, move on.
Okay.
I was going to say something then, I actually forgot the whole point of the joke, the word that the joke was... Yeah, never mind.
Right. Let's have a look at what I was going to do next. Got to shorten that axle beam there, because that's going to be used on that track plate there. So I've got to shorten that, drill holes, and I've got to make that go in through so that it looks like it would actually steer this whole track unit round. But I want the wheels and the tracks to fully bond to it before I do that. Because it's all right chopping something up and slapping it under the kit, but I like to do the engineering so that if it was in real life, you'd actually see that it potentially could work by being steered by the arms of the axle. You know what I mean. So.
Well, it's a bit like this thing. It's like a completely made-up truck. You've got a big engine there, and the drive shaft comes down here, and then there's a big differential, and it just drives the 2 back wheels. So this entire tank is being driven by these 2 back wheels. But it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. You know, you've got to put the engineering in because, you know.
Otherwise, you're just designing an Audi TT like a child, which is what an Audi TT looks like.
Bill says, don't cut your thumb off, Festa. It'll be embarrassing telling the 999 operator you can't put it on ice because you're not allowed to touch the fridge. You know, Bill, you're not wrong there, mate.
Actually, you've never said if you're allowed to touch the freezer or not.
I'm allowed to retrieve. Yeah, I'm allowed to retrieve things from the freezer if they've got post-it notes on them. Because that's what she does. You know this because I've sent you the evidence. Don't she trust me? Look, she put post-it notes on what I can and can't. Yeah.
Would you be allowed to retrieve something that didn't have a post-it, but if you just took it out and didn't do anything with it?
No, because that would be sort of, yeah. That would be unallowed fettling of, yeah. That's like, yeah.
Stepping into H's world now, aren't you? If you do that.
It'd be like, can't you just realise that that's not got a post-it? That's, that's not fish fingers. That's a pork chop. I like that. Yeah.
The thing is, though, it must be difficult for H because she puts post-its on these things and then she says to you, right, you can touch the things with post-its on because it'll tell you what to do with them.
Well, normally it gets left on the side for me now, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, the thing is, she knows full well, whenever she says, don't do, it's the worst thing because you're 5 years old and telling a 5-year-old not to do something.
Oh, exactly.
So to say, don't get the ones without the post-it notes, you're going to just get the ones with the post-it notes missing.
Yeah. The thing is, if I have to physically move something out of the way, it's then on the wrong shelf, isn't it? And she'll know that I've been ferreted. So, because I won't remember to put it back, it's one of them.
Screwed either way, aren't you, basically?
Yeah, I'm my own worst day. It's not for the want of trying, but when she had her hands done recently, didn't she? And I was like, well, if you stand there, I'll do the Sunday dinner. She's like, oh, I'll sit down. I went, of course, me being me, I'm like, you all right, love? You having a turn? So I went with her and sat her down. And she smirked and I went, you're mocking me, aren't you? She said, I came over all hot and cold and trembling at the mere thought of you near my cooker. Yeah. I've already made arrangements and Cal turned up and cooked the Sunday dinner. I went, really? You don't trust me? And they all went, no.
No.
Really?
It's more a case of, you have to ask that question.
I offered to help out of sincerity. No, that's not helping. That's hindering me. Damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well. That's what I'm sticking to.
There's a local moneylender where Festa lives, and he's well known by the police. But his basic thing is he turns up on the door and he says, that's a nice kitchen you've got there. It'd be a shame if Festa happened. I mean, something happened to it.
Yeah.
And all the neighbours are like, I'll pay you, whatever it is. I know this.
Well, she's due to go to the cricket, the test match, Sri Lanka, I think it is they're playing. Here's the kicker.
Yeah.
I'm home alone for 4 days.
Oh, dear God.
Just want you to absorb that moment.
Oh, dear God. Oh, dear God.
Why do I now feel that there's been a large record scratch as the planet has come to a grinding halt and is no longer spinning?
Why do we just know that when H goes away, it involves calls to the local police, ambulance and fire service?
Yeah. I think Cal may be drafted in for one of his whatever visits, stealth visits,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just passing by, Dad. You live 9 miles away.
I was just heading in a northerly direction along the main highway.
So, yeah. And she's already sitting there going, why do I do this to myself? Why, she says. Why?
Yep.
Is it worth the risk? I'm like, oh, it ain't that bad. Come on. Stop exaggerating, dear.
Is it worth the risk? And you're going, yep.
And then she starts reeling off my prior offences. Yeah. I'm like, you can stop now, love. Oh, there's more, she goes. You've forgotten about this one.
Yet, love. Yeah.
Burgergate is normally the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. It's still in the garden. It's like a little granite rock thing that you'd put one of them. It's like one of those fake key rock things that you see, But,
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to remember, folks, there's a very good reason why Festa has all these bands things he's not allowed to do. It's not because any other reason than there's a very good reason for all of it.
Oh, yeah. It's my own sheer stupidity, folks. But did I glue that to the front of that or not? I can't remember. No, I didn't. It's a prior part fit. Only been a week since you did the show, Carl. Can't be that long ago.
You've blinked since then.
There you go. Told you it would work, where I'll be able to pop that interior out and leave the shell complete. Look at that. See? Method to Festa's madness, folks.
Shell complete.
I did something and it worked.
Wait.
And I'm proud. Right. On that note, that means I'll do something absolutely disastrous now and fail miserably.
That's basically the Top Gear team saying, what can possibly go wrong?
Yeah. So that's going to go in there. So let's glue that on. And I can build this bad boy up.
Decided to paint the frame for the driver's roof.
Oh, right,
silver,
yeah.
But we'll keep the mesh rusty.
Rusty mesh. Nice girl she was.
Yeah, rusty mesh. Rusty by name, mesh by nature. That means.
No, I don't know what that means either, mate. Right, we got that. We got the grill going.
We'll see if YouTube bans it. If they do, it probably meant something bad.
Yeah, they probably will.
I will rust up these silver parts again. I'm just making them silver to start with.
What we got going on
Two different
there?
types of rustiness, weren't we?
Yeah, we dealt with that, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Or did we?
It was dealt with. Do not concern yourself.
Yeah, I did. Happy days. Okay, let's get a bit of seatage and chairage and all of that lot going in there. Really don't know what to do about them doors. Oh, yeah, I've got louvers to modify for them as well.
Louver. Modify.
What's the Harry line? Oh, yeah, we're doing all right.
I actually watched that video again recently. The how to what was it? How to paint Gunpla Master Grade, I think it was.
Oh, right.
That weird, fun. The guy in the wrestling outfit, the luchador mask, and the weird voiceover. Let's make Gunpla Master Grade. Modify.
Some of that. That'll go on the front grill. Not worried about them. Are they one piece or are they two piece? Because I'll have to saw them down the middle, won't I? Oh, yeah, I'll get the saw out again.
Oh, happy day.
So we'll have them bits over there ready for sawing up. They've got to be cleaned off because they got nips on them, so let's pop them in there. They've got a bit of grillage. Can't beat a bit of louverage, can you? Do like some louvers.
I was saying to Festa before we came live, he said, I've got the louvers off the engine. I said, are they on the front grille or on the side of it? On the side, I'm like, oh, there's nothing better than an engine cowling with louvers on it. Oh, it's just, I don't know what it is.
It just works, doesn't it?
Yeah. I wish cars had those long engine cowlings like they used to do in the old days.
Yeah.
Just something about them. And the covery over mud guards on the front wheels.
This looks right, doesn't it?
I grew up like copying Tintin artwork to learn how to teach myself to draw as a little kid. So I taught myself how to draw cars, and it was like these old vintage cars when I was a little kid.
Something romantic about them, isn't it?
Yeah. See an interesting picture of something, I'd have to draw it.
It's like that IXO kit, isn't it, with a beautiful Bugatti in it. It's just such a beautiful looking vehicle, isn't it? And it's just like, yeah.
It's beautiful, but also really weird. It's like odd.
It's just out there, isn't it?
It's like the vintage equivalent of that awful Fiat Multipla
Yes.
It's as weird to a modern car as that multiplier is to modern cars to the old one. No. Don't cut your thumb. We've done that one. We have done that one.
There is always time for me to cut my thumb. It does happen. We have done remarkably well, us two, the last few months, though, because stabbities we've done really well with, haven't we?
Well, yeah, there's not been a lot of cuttity going on, so I've had a few less opportunities to actually impale myself.
You know what's going to happen now? Yeah.
Oh, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
We opened our dirty great big mouths, didn't we?
We did, didn't we? We've gone and put the bockers on it now.
Now, if I sit here and talk about winning the lottery for an hour, that never seems to happen.
Never happens, does it?
Yeah. If I just mention briefly something bad.
I had that. You've won Euro Millions. And I was sitting there because it had come up on the news, one lucky UK ticket holder. And I was like, and then the email comes through and I'm like, I've got to check it. It's going to be a tenner. It's bound to be a tenner. I was at £2.70. It's like, damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, it used to be worse with the lottery because they used to send you a text message. They still do now if you win something. But in the early days, they used to send you a text message, and all they'd say in the text message would be like, "Dear Mr. Wolf, exciting news about your national ticket. Click here to go and find out more." They wouldn't tell you.
No.
Nowadays they say, "Oh, it's wonderful news. You've won a lucky dip."
It's clickbait, isn't it? That's why.
Yeah, but they stopped doing that after a while because too many people had heart attacks. But yeah. Wonderful news. What is it? £1.50. Oh, thanks.
Yeah, thanks for that.
I seem to win a lucky dip every other week, which is no use to it nor ornament.
I just let it build up now. It's like, yeah, it's better than nothing. It's better than a poke in the eye with a sharp stick.
Yeah. It's like, well, could you let me win a lucky dip that'll make me win millions? That'd be nice.
Do you know, though, it's funny. Me and my missus was chatting about this. We both have a little flutter every now and then on the lottery. But we're both petrified of actually winning it. And I'll tell you why. Because you hear of these stories, don't you, of these lotto louts or whatever you want to call them. And I would hate to suddenly... I fear that if I suddenly won 100 million quid, would you lose that appreciation for a 40 quid model kit? You know what I'm saying? Because we know what we've had to do to get the money to pay for it, be it through work or whatever. And you appreciate it, don't you? It's like every bottle of paint you've got or everything around your bench, you appreciate it. And I'm worried that if suddenly money weren't an option or a boundary, would that change? And I don't ever want that to happen because I wouldn't want to be that person. I don't think I would be, but there's always that nagging doubt, isn't there?
I don't think, in terms of what we do, I don't think it will make a difference because we don't really buy kits based on value. We buy kits based on, oh, that looks cool. Yeah. And yeah, there are kits we can't get because we can't afford them. Yes. But yes, we could suddenly get those. But it wouldn't stop us like, that little truck you're doing. I would still look at that and go, oh, that's awesome. I need to build that. Exactly.
And I love that, because like I say, it's been said to me, I appreciate it. Yeah. But when you hear, I can remember stories of ex-footballers lighting cigars with £50 notes. I find that abhorrent because I just think that is so disrespectful. Oh, yeah. I wouldn't want to be that person, so.
No, I don't think we would because in terms of the hobby, because at the end of the day, you do the hobby for fun, not because it costs a lot of money.
We would buy Forge World, though.
Yeah, absolutely would buy, would buy Forge World.
I would buy 2 modelling businesses, Forge World and E-Models, just so that E-Models can expand and do whatever they want. Yep. Because, Pete and James and that and the crew have been ever so supportive of not just me, but the other builders as well. There's a lot of support we get in the background that we don't make public. And out of respect for that and things, I would love to be able to say, there you go, there's all the money you need. You grow the business how you now want to, because money and, finance isn't a problem. Yep.
The first thing people do is go, right, I quit, buy yacht.
Yeah, buy new yacht. But no, all joking aside, it's just that, you know, you like to give something back to people that have done you good, you know, and obviously
you look after people and they look after you.
Your close friends would never have to work again because you'd sort all their mortgages out and all of that lot. And then I would probably donate at least 80% to charitable causes, because there's only so much money a person can spend in their lifetime, and I'm not a mansions, helicopters, yachts type person, so I would heavily donate to charitable causes, because I mean
that's one advantage I have, is that if I won lots and lots on the lottery, well, would I spend more money on things? Well, obviously yes. Would I buy more expensive things? Well, obviously, yes. But what would I be buying? Well, what is my life? I make models, I play video games, and I do stupid stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
So do you know what I'd do? I'd make models, I'd do stupid stuff on the internet, and I'd play video games. I'd just do it with better equipment.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't need to buy a sports car, because I don't care. I wouldn't need to buy a big house, because I only live in one room pretty much as it is now anyway.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't need all that extra crap. I wouldn't want a big house, because I wasn't looking after a big house.
My one treat would be to have an underground lair stroke man cave.
Oh, there'd be a bunker in the back garden. The underground bunker, absolutely.
Because it's one of those, isn't it? You just want to sit there and go, welcome to my underground lair.
Yes. I mean, if I could afford a volcano lair.
Oh, yeah, you know, like Dr. Evil. Yeah, but
that's the thing. I mean, even if I won millions and millions, I can't really just buy anything that I wouldn't buy now. I'd just buy, I'd have every kind of paint. I'd buy whatever kicked up my fancy, and then I'd still play the same video games.
You would have to set a little paint rack in your house. I know you would.
Yeah, I know. But it's like, I might get a massive TV, but I'd still have an Xbox.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I'm not going to go out and buy like a gold plated. It's not like you can buy a super duper fish. It's just Xbox.
No.
I'd just still do the same stuff, but just make it more fun and comfortable.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of them. I wouldn't want, 50 houses and all of that rubbish. I'd probably end up staying here, to be quite honest, because it's my home.
Yeah.
I'd just refurb the house, and all the decorating bits that you want done, and then just go, right, okay, I've got X amount of garden space. I want you to dig me a big bunker, because I want an underground lair.
I like the way you said bunker, like really aggressively.
Yeah, big old bunker, like Colin Firth's, that underground bunker tunnel system. I've been mint.
Yeah.
Elevator in the lounge, so you could just go like a Thunderbird. I'd be sat in the armchair, dun, 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 and then it'd be dun, 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 as you go underneath the arches. I'd love to do something like that, just out of silly blokiness. But other than that,
just think about it. You've got a bunker in your back garden. I can now play music dead loud and the Xbox on full volume, and nobody will know or care, because I'm disturbing all my neighbours.
I would look after several charities that have looked after us over the years, children's cancer charities, because obviously my youngest had issues when he was a child.
Yeah.
Obviously the MS people and people like that, and any of the hospitals that have looked after me over the years, you would want to do something for, because, without them, we wouldn't be sat here doing what we're doing now. Mind as well, the mental health charity, because
I used to do volunteer work for Mind.
They have reached out and helped me when I've been at my lowest, so I would look after them, so... Just personal things that are dear to you, isn't it?
Talking of crisis, I seem to have misplaced my Scrag Brown.
And then obviously all those people that have wronged you, they would get that personal hand-delivered note saying you're getting F all.
Yep. That would be the satisfying bit.
And it'll be delivered by a butler, with a full awesome carriage to,
Oh, yeah.
Because,
I can't find me Scrag Brown.
And me Aunt Win and me mum I'd send on a big round-the-world cruise.
Oh, yeah.
because many a time my Aunt Wynne looked after us for obvious reasons that I won't go into. And, yeah, you know, and she gave us a roof over our head and a knock mill, and I never forgot that. And, yeah, so I'd send her and me mum out on a big round-the-world cruise so that they can cause as much chaos on a ship as possible.
Let's be honest. There'd be two motivations for that. You'd give them the cruise they always wanted. Also, they'd be a long way away from you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'd be like, Al, you're staying at home, they'll be fine, they'll be looked after. You deserve a breather, mate. It'd be like, dude, it's all my wishes come true. I'm free. No, he wouldn't say that, but yeah, it'd be odd to do for him as well, bless him.
Yeah.
But no, that's what you do, you know, there's mates that we all know in the hobby, you know, some of them are in the chat. You would look out, you'd reach out to them. You know, there you go. You ain't got to worry now. You've been there for me, you know, patrons that have supported us, some things like that that have kept us able to do this. I would remember them, you know, and look after them, because I think that's the right thing to do. Look
after people and look after you.
Exactly. You know, and it's important to me to do nice for other people, because why not? What would you do in the chat if you suddenly won all of those big lottery monies and that, you know, Al? What would you do? Would you go off and buy jet planes, private jets, and live the dream? Or would you be more humble and, I don't know. It's personal choice, isn't it? You know, there's no right or wrong answer. It's personal preference at the end of the day.
Yeah, you do whatever you want to do.
I'll go straight to Texas because I'd have to meet Jeff.
Yeah.
So I'd be straight on a plane over there. And he'd open his door and I'd go, just when you thought it was safe. Yeah.
You'd stand there and you say hello, but you do it in a 10-minute introduction.
I would. Our very own Sagan is here, yeah. But no, I would, you know, there's people in the hobby that are personalities that I would love to meet. You know, he's probably going to twitch at this, but I'd probably, you know, shoot up and meet PJ and people like that, because they've all reached out and been there for us, you know. But I would turn up bearing gifts, which would be all the Bluey toys imaginable.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, you know, if you're going to drop off the Bluey DVD set for PJ.
It'd be like, yeah, you do that, you get slapped, mate.
Dude, I've completely misplaced all my rust paints.
Why have you done that?
I don't know. I can't find Scrag Brown at all.
That's unusual, isn't it?
Yeah. Somebody's been in and nicked them. It's near
Boy did it and run away, mate. That's what happened.
Yeah. Something's near 8 in here.
Bill says, don't cut your thumb off. We've read that. He says, I have a lottery ticket in my wallet from 2 months ago. I'm not checking it until they say on the news there's a winning ticket that's gone unclaimed and is about to expire. Good shout. Absolutely. Yeah, I know what you mean there, Bill, but I won't read that one, mate, because I might get told off by YouTube, mate, because it might be classed as a hot topic. But, yeah. So we have to be so careful now, because lots and lots of things have changed on the tubes now, haven't they? We're recently again, and so we're dare I say it, we're trying to be good boys at the moment, because they seem to pick up on things and then not leave you alone, don't they, for a while?
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah. It's one of those, we have to abide by the rules of the house, as any YouTuber.
Terms and conditions, they're there.
Yeah.
You know,
no point shouting about it, is there? Because
at the end of the day, they're hosting all our content technically for free, aren't they? So,
for free.
You really can't find any of your paints, can you?
No. I'm really trying to find this Scrag Brown. I really can't find it.
Yeah, you've not put them in one of your Hobby.Design drawers where you've been using them recently, have you?
No, strange enough, I do have a current project drawer, but it's not in there. It's not in my Browns drawer. I'll have to order some more.
What you need is a nice big paint rack on your door like I've got.
That's halfway. I'll be halfway across the room there. I can't be doing that. It's far too much effort.
Oh, for God's sake.
What I need is one just on the wall here at the side of me. But unfortunately, you put a poster on the wall and the plaster comes out. It's not ideal in this house.
What's he like, folks, eh? What is he like? He had one job. That's all he has. There it is. I knew I'd seen it.
Spond.
Have you a bit of him?
Spond. Underneath the sky.
Brown. Might as well cut them off and all.
Yeah, cut them off.
Have you a bit of him? Like that. Some of that. We'll get the ear rolls off of that in a minute. That's for underneath his rump.
Underneath the rump. I know what I can do.
PJ says, okay, Cole, got to bounce early. I'm not feeling too good. Hopefully see you on Sunday, chow. Hey, mate, yeah, hopefully you feel a bit better soon, PJ. And if you need anything, reach out, mate, yeah, because, yeah. All right, mate? So you stay safe, mate, and get well soon, fella. And if you do need anything or a bit of company, just reach out, mate. And, yeah. You're there for me, Paige, when I need you. So, favour for a favour, fella. It's because we said Bluey, isn't it? That's what it is.
Yeah, the moment we said Bluey, he's like, gone.
He's come over all hot and flustered, isn't he? Either that or he's spied that gold lame boob tube hanging on the back of his modelling cave door, and he's like, do you know something? I fancy doing a bit of beatbox. And, yeah.
He had thoughts about it, didn't he?
He did, didn't he?
It's entirely possible.
Jeff says, laugh out loud, hope you win just so that you can fly for a visit. Door is always open. John, honestly, Jeff, I'm not just saying it to blow smoke up your arse, mate. But you're one of those people that both me and Fox have both said we would really, really love to meet up with, just to sit there in a coffee shop, chat about all kinds of eccentric, weird stuff, mate, because you've just got that personality that us Brits find infectious. And, yeah.
Plus the voice, of course.
Yeah, you would be on that list, mate, of people that we'd meet, because why not?
Now, we would, of course, come with a list of things we'd ask you to speak into a microphone for purposes.
Oh, yeah, we would ask you to do a sat-nav voice, you know, and things like that. But, you know, we could probably, what we could do, Fox, with all our money is buy an island and fly out all of our modelling community chums and just cause utter chaos on our private island, couldn't we, mate?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That'd be good.
Yeah, we wouldn't sail there because we wouldn't want Skipper Ted navigating the boat, because bad things happen to Skipper Ted when he gets anywhere near a boat. So
yeah.
We mean that in the nicest way as well, but... Yeah.
I mean, you know, let's just be honest. Skipper Ted was an electrician on one of the Valiant-class submarines, and then they launched it and it crashed into the ground and sank.
Yeah, he's got previous, mate. He's got previous, as I said. And, yeah.
Yes, so...
that's by his admission.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, we had drunk, angry Ted once in a hangout, didn't we? And we did wind him up, and we pressed all the buttons that we knew would get Ted to have a big wibble.
Oh, did we?
He proper went for it. And whilst he was in that slightly drunken state, he may have admitted to one or two nautical errors that he did when he was navigating and doing his thing. And when he sobered up and several weeks had been passed, we reminded him of what he had told us, and he was like, damn it, note to self. Yeah, don't go into a mod hangout drunk.
Yeah, damn, they've got all the evidence now.
We had all the ammo, mate, didn't we? We still use it on him as well. It's great fun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because we let Ted get all boisterous, don't we?
Yeah, it's one of those
and then
things
we
that...
remind him.
Yeah, when it starts to happen, you know, a good friend would say, steady on, Ted, you're going to go a bit... we don't do that.
No, we let him hang himself, and then we just gently remind him of the nautical tales that he told us. He's like, damn it. So, yeah. That's why on the A-Models show, when we go, now don't be silly, Ted, he immediately goes quiet because he knows that we know.
We've got ammunition. We've got all the ammunitions.
Yeah. Now, Ted, behave. Calm down, Ted. You know what happens when you get all boisterous? Yeah. And then it's, oh, where's your what's in store? It's like, yeah, that worked. Bless him. Yeah. Very, very, very funny man.
Mm-hmm. Very dry sense of humour, which I always appreciate.
The chaos wheel caused the A-Models because we had Ted and Tony in the same room, didn't we?
Oh, yeah. We did, I think, once or twice get both of them on a live stream on a show once. But I'd love to do that again. I don't think we ever will, but...
Yeah, I don't think Pete would, though, would he? It got a bit chaotic, didn't it?
It was good. You can't go wrong with Tony and Ted.
Again, infectious personality, Tony. Mm-hmm. Absolutely mad as a box of frogs, but you could not wish to meet a nicer person.
Yep. If people don't know who we're talking about, it's our friend Tony, who goes by Helgen35.
Yeah. On
the YouTubes, did some work for E-Models, some videos for E-Models back in the day. And he's absolute nutter. He's just the most lovable nutter.
You think we're childish? Oh, mate, he's next level, isn't he?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah. Right, so we got the doors on. Happy days. You're only supposed to glue the bloody doors on. So I did.
Doors to manual. So back to the upright position.
We got all of that going on there. Slap that in there, my son.
Slap it in.
Slap it in.
Slap it within.
Big splodge on there because we're keeping them, but we're not putting the other ones on, the louvered ones. They're actually being amputated because I'm going to make big, massive exhausts and stuff because it's what it needs.
It's all about big, massive exhausts.
This is going to end up looking like something out of... those of us of a certain age will remember this, but there used to be a cartoon called Wacky Races. And this is going to end up looking like something that Dick Dastardly would drive because, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, what was the one that was like the tank with the... It was like a part tank, part truck.
Yeah, I know the one you mean. I can't remember. I can remember Rock and Gravel in the little cave mobile. The Ant-Hill mob in their limo.
Chug-a-boom.
Creepy coupe, wasn't it? With the...
the creepy coupe.
Bats and all of that going on.
Obviously, Penelope Pitstop.
Penelope Pitstop, yeah. Who was the guy with the big stretched one? You know, the big Dan Dare type character. Oh, what was his name?
He was the schnazzy big square jawed one.
He was when he was the proper, you know, hip dude. I can't remember what his character was now, but yeah. Oh, there it is. That's the bit I was thinking of. Nice little bit of beatbox there. Get in, my son.
Thank you. As is usual with me, there is, of course, a prodigious use of Easy Line to attach things to the back of the truck like a big power.
That's your best friend, isn't it, Easy Line?
And a piece of track, yeah. I got some Easy Line on there. And then went nuts with it to make it look really stupid. Because...
Easy Line's you get out of jail free card, mate.
Yeah, like you've got a big, like, you know, power hammer stuck on the back of your truck. Well, it's not just going to float there by magic, is it? Come on now.
No. Power hammer.
It's like you play your video games, right? And people are always releasing mods or, you know, asking developers to do it so they can have the weapon on the back of the protagonist.
Yeah.
So if it's a third-person game, so if they've got two weapons like a rifle and something else, they always say, well, whichever weapon I'm not using, I want that on my character's back.
Yeah.
So I can see it. And it's like, that's great. How would that actually work in real life, though? You can't just stick a magnet on your back and then spong your rifle on the back of it, because they just magically float
there. There you go. Sergeant Blast and Private Meekly in the Army Surplus Special.
That's it.
Excuse me. Jeff says, high praise indeed, gents. I'm honoured. Hey, mate, you know, you really have been a friend to us over the years, Jeff, more than you probably realise. And we do appreciate it, but we also appreciate genuine personalities, don't we? And you're one of those people, mate. You just, honestly, you've always been positive and given us support, because doing what we do can have its ups and downs. You don't always get positivity, and you've always been honest and fair, and and that goes a hell of a long way, mate.
It sounds really kind of like feeble and first world problem to say it, right? But doing this sort of like video stuff and streaming and everything, yeah, okay, we're not like, you know, working in a factory or anything, but it is hard, and it does take an emotional toll on you. And you do get burnt out, and it does get hard, and people do say things that you maybe don't appreciate. Like I say, we're not stuck working in a factory or anything like that, but it can have down times and hard times, and you've been supported.
Unfortunately, like anything, there are people who want to cause you grief and hurt, and you know, for me, with real life struggles with health and things, it makes it all worthwhile when you come across genuine folk, and just makes all of this, and plus all of the silliness, worthwhile, because, you know, for every bad comment, there's always a genuine person that is got your back, and it means a lot. We all sound very wishy-washy there, but it does. It really does resonate with us both, because we've both had quite hateful stuff over the years, haven't we, mate? And we dust ourselves down, and because you can't publicly defend yourself, because, you know, we've all seen videos where he said, she said, and we're not that type of people.
No.
So we take it on the chin, and we have to suffer silently, don't we, mate? And
have to be professional about it.
Yeah. And when we get genuine people in that give you that feel-good factor, don't you? And it means a hell of a lot. And, get all wishy-washy now, wouldn't we, mate?
Plus, you get extra points for the puppy as well.
Yeah.
For the pupper. Big floppy dog always helps.
We always say this to anyone, because we do get approached by people that want to start YouTubing and filming and stuff. And they go, right, you know, what do we need to do? What would your advice be? And we always say the same thing straight away. How thick is your skin?
Yeah. Can you take abusive critique? If not, don't bother.
Because, you know, you are opening yourself up to the internet.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you haven't got a broad pair of shoulders that you can take some of the negativity with, then it won't be for you, you know. And,
if you can't just sit there and go, whatever, then don't try. Because the one of the golden rules is take all the kind words and praise absolutely seriously. Take all the critiques and shit and crappiness, just ignore it.
Yeah,
unless it's a
it
valid
with the
critique.
contempt it deserves.
Yeah, if it's constructive criticism, like, hey, I love your stuff, but could you consider doing this? That's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's just the usual trolliness, then you just ignore it.
Constructive criticism doesn't hurt anyone, but destructive hate just for the sake of it, I think, is petty on the people that do it. But there you go.
And you have to be able to go, whatever, don't care what your opinion is, because it's not worth anything.
Yeah, I usually go, I'm just going to quickly have a rummage. I might move my bag if it's too loud. And they go, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a few Fs to give. Because you've got to be like that, I'm afraid, haven't you? It certainly took me a long time to become like that, because I didn't want to be or lower myself to that level. But sometimes, unfortunately, you don't get given the choice, and you have to put on your naughty knickers and say to the people, look, you know, we know who you are, we know what you are. If you don't mind, bye-bye.
And like Festa was saying, you know, we all know channels where somebody says something and the channel creator gets angry about it, and then they get into a spat, and then the channel creator posts a video saying, here's my response to his thing, and it's like, and you know what? That's the one thing you never ever do.
To put the record straight, and it's like, Yeah, I need to defend myself videos. It's like, no.
Yeah, it's like, first of all, you've just brought it up again when everybody's forgotten about it. And second of all, you've just made everyone aware who wasn't aware that any of this had happened, aware of it. Yeah. So,
there's a saying I use, and that is, we all know who the oxygen thieves are. Don't give them the air that they want to breathe. Don't give them the recognition that they're craving or the attention they're craving. Just, whatever. Bye.
But you have to be able to accept that and know that when you get this snarkiness, you can't really publicly do anything to defend yourself. Because you just have to, you can't give it air to the fire to air. You just have to leave it be. And because in reality, most people have forgotten it a week later. And it's very rare that I've ever addressed something publicly. Same with Festa, it's rare that we ever do that. Because
90% of the stuff that gets said about us gets fed back to us anyway. And it's like, really? Yeah, whatever. And they're like, don't you care? No, I don't, to be quite honest with you.
No. So, so we always say to people, if you could do all that, then start your YouTube channel.
Yes.
If you can't, don't bother.
Yeah.
Because, you might have a great time and it might be brilliant. Everybody might love you and you might get none of that. But if you do get it and you crumble, you're just going to have a really bad day. And it's no point.
We both used to know an individual that was obsessed with negative feedback, weren't they? And it was really, really bugging them. But we both just said, look, it's not for you. Then, you might want to
You're in the wrong line of business.
Because they really did get quite affected by it. And it's like, we did tell you.
You're in the wrong line of business. You're in the wrong place.
And luckily for them, they was like, I'm just going to not expose myself to it. And they stopped. It's a shame because they were really good at what they did. But they couldn't cope with the negativity, could they?
Nope. It's a bit like, if you're really socially awkward and not comfortable around people, don't do something that puts you out in the public eye. It's that kind of logic behind if you can't deal with criticism or, people not liking what you're doing.
Yeah.
For example, and even if because we know people who, how can I put this nicely? We know people who get offended when people criticize their whatever they do.
Yeah.
But those people are actually giving them fair criticism. But they take it as a personal insult.
Take it as a personal slight, don't they?
Yeah. Like, I know someone who has, the worst camera in the world. I mean, they have, the worst, it came out of a cracker. It's 120p, and you can't, and they use the microphone on it, and you can't tell a word they said. And it's a lovely person, but their videos, and it's like...
The thing is, no matter how many times you tell them, they don't listen, do they?
Yep. But then somebody actually upped and said, look, I'd love to watch your stuff, but your camera's crap. And it makes it unwatchable, blah, blah, blah. And they just said, they weren't nasty about it. And this person was got really upset about it. And I was like, well, they're not wrong. You have to be able to. Yeah. They're not wrong and they're not being nasty to you. But if you're getting upset over that, then you might be in the wrong line of business, mate.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can remember one individual because we was all trying to talk them out of their reactions. They would get a negative comment and they would get all feisty about it and keyboard warrior and it would end up with keyboard tennis. It's like you're giving them what they want. They are looking for a reaction. They've now successfully wound you up. They've seen that they've wound you up and now they'll tell all their friends to come and do the same. You've just opened yourself up. All the haters, and they did, didn't they? And the person said it was the biggest mistake they made. They no longer YouTube because of it. And they really did get months and months and months, and it became very personal, didn't it?
And the problem is that when you start doing that snarky replies to comments and things like that, unfortunately, you just come across looking like a complete amateur and a bit of a tit.
Yeah,
because. They expect that from the troll. Yeah. But if you think logically, if you think about any of your favorite, big YouTubers like, Duncan or whoever whatever that video channel might be, it doesn't have to be model making, but any channel where it's a proper channel that you might watch, do you ever see them respond to anything that's just Unless somebody asks them a question in the comments and they respond to it with an answer. Do you ever see them respond to comments that are snarky? No. Do you ever see, like, creators respond to forum posts and Reddit posts that criticise them? No, you don't. Because it just doesn't happen. You just have to not do it.
I mean, I was streaming, or I say streaming. Yeah, I was actually streaming on other people's streams as a guest, and I would never, ever do face to cam for a long time. And it was yourself and Tony that were like, dude, you really do, you need to think about it. But it was my own insecurities, you know, and I used to disguise my accent as best as I could, or I thought it was as best as I could. And Tony was like, why are you doing that? Be yourself, mate. You don't need to. Yeah. People will grow to like you for who you are.
Yeah, no matter what you like, somebody somewhere will like it. Whatever you do, whoever you are.
And it was a long time, and it was the same with solo live streaming. I wouldn't do it because, you know, Fox and Dave, people that I do dual live streams, know my background, my struggles, my different things, and they can prompt me and steer me back because I lose my train of thought or whatever. On a solo stream, I don't have that. I've only got myself, so I wouldn't do it in case I blurted the wrong thing out and things like that, you know. And but I got over it, and I've done it, and I methodically go through it. And if I feel I'm going off on a tangent or a little bit odd, I know there's a couple of people in the chat that will put a comment in that will just bring me back to myself, because I am an acutely, inwardly nervous person. Don't know why, just am. Always have been. And sometimes that can show up, can't it, on the stream? And if I'm umming and ahhing and losing my train of thought, someone in the chat will go bink, and it just kickstarts me again, you know. But
yeah.
And I've been lucky like that because I've confided in them people why I'm like that, and they understand it. But it did put me off of solo stuff for a long time, and that's why I started doing it with A-Models, because I thought, well, I've already told them I'm going to do it. I can't get out of it now. I need to overcome this monkey on my back. And
yeah. That's just backing yourself into a corner, so you've got no choice.
Exactly, and look how long I've been streaming, how many years before I did my first solo streams, you know. It was a huge psychological barrier to get over. Silly, I know. Very trivial probably to a lot of you, but anyone going through or having self-confidence issues and struggles, should we say, of your mind and your demons will be able to relate to what I'm saying. And yeah, it took a long while to do it, but I'm glad I did, if I'm honest, because it's through the support of yourselves and people in the chat that have kept you or made you able to overcome them personal barriers. That's why I'm so thankful to people in the chat that have helped me like that, because you can't buy that. You can't buy that support. Talking of support, we've got Edward Leonard in the chat. Squishy alert. You know, Edward's another friend of the live streams. He's been around a lot of years supporting us both. And we value their opinions. Hugh says his blanket is calling. Good night. I'll see you later, Hugh. You take care there, buddy, mate.
Yeah, there's people in the community who if they turn around and said, right, that stream you did was crap and here's the reasons, we'd be like, okay, we'll take that on board.
Oh yeah, we listen to them because they haven't got an axe to grind, have they? They've been your friend, and we do appreciate that honesty with folks, because
there's just certain people that you'll listen to and they'll instantly get a pass.
Yeah.
Whereas if somebody you don't know that well says that was rubbish, and you're like, no, your opinion doesn't matter to me.
Well, we kind of know who our personal trolls are, don't we? And it's like, we
know who to ignore.
Yes, they're back.
We do, of course, find great amusement. Vast amusement can be had.
Oh, yeah.
But the best trolls are the ones that criticise everything you do, but funnily enough, don't actually have their own channel, so have no idea what is involved in filming or streaming, because they don't do it themselves.
The amount of times you get the critic, I got Rivet counted on one, and I said, well, I've just been to your channel to look at your content to see where I'm going wrong. Miraculously, I didn't find any.
Yeah, so if you can point me to your content, we don't do it when people gives us if somebody gives me valid critique, we're not going to do that. We're not going to be an ass like that. But it's when somebody comes along and it's not valid critique, it's just being a dick. Then it's like, no, I'm afraid not, mate. Try harder next time. Mate.
Yeah, it's like, yeah.
Try harder. Chud.
Oh yeah, we called one out famously, didn't we? It was like, you know, we all know in the community you're a troll, and you know that's what you do. But you think you've been successful at doing it, but you're not, because people are actually laughing at you. So yeah, and then they went quiet for about a year, didn't they? And it was like, yeah.
And that's the beauty, is when you get someone who's just being all trollish or just being a dick or whatever, for whatever reason. There are some people that just like to do that.
Yeah.
And you know, they come and they do that, and it's just the funniest thing is when you see them come in, and for a few weeks, and they'll be in there, and they'll be being a bit of a dick, and then the beauty is when nobody in chat engages with them at all in any way, shape, or form, or with anything they say, and after a couple of weeks, they stop coming in, because they just got bored, because nobody was. They try and get people on side, but nobody does. So it's like.
Yeah, you get your ones that want to say controversial things in your chat to try to wind the chat up, but it's like, really? Yeah. You think that people haven't wised up to you? It's like, yeah.
It's like being in a pub when somebody tries to call someone and everybody just sort of looks at them and then looks back down at the pint and carries on talking to each other. It's like, yeah, you're getting nowhere now, mate.
Tumbleweed and crickets. But we had one regularly doing that, didn't we? They thought that by disappearing for a few weeks, everyone would forget what they were like. And it was like, as soon as they come back, they got reminded, oh, you're that idiot that did the other week, didn't you? Yeah. Oh, no, people have got memories that work. I was in your stream and someone in the chat upset me. Welcome to your own world there, pal.
Yeah, that's because you're a dick.
Isn't that what you did 2 weeks ago to them? Send them a screenshot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
And we're not alone. We're not the only channels that get it, not by a long shot, but it is. We humour it now because why not?
See, the absolute best universal rule and law on the internet, better than every other rule and law, is the simple thing, the truth of Wheaton's law. Don't be a dick. That's it. That's the entire rule.
It's funny, though. Yeah. Right, I guess. It's got a bracket of attachmentness.
Bracket, you say? Bracket, indeed.
Anyway, we divulged. Let's lighten the mood. Edward's saying cheers to Jeff. Jeff says, take care, Hugh. It's always great to see him. It's always nice to see Hugh.
Yeah.
He's a lovely fella.
He's a lovely fella.
His heart's in the right place. Again, another misunderstood personality, bless him. You know, but he's got a great sense of humour. He really has. Lovely fella.
I've only been painting with one colour tonight.
I know. I'm surprised, mate.
Still, apart from that little bit of rust, I'm just still painting.
I'm actually surprised it ain't gold, because I know you love a bit of gold. Smith Beads is in, says hi all. That's a bizarre name there. Hello, how are you? Welcome to our little world. Tell us a bit about yourself. What you do, what's your likes, what's your dislikes, what part of the hobby are you in? Yeah, just chat away. It's a friendly bunch in here. Anything, you know. We're all modelers and hobbyists, so, yeah.
Do you know what?
What?
That's a great word. Beads.
Beads, isn't it? Yeah. Beads. People say controversial things. Never really. No, Santa's not real. Bless you.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Apparently he's not real, dude. Damn it.
What?
All them letters I've wrote. No wonder they ain't got answered. Oh. I've got to tell Winnie.
I says to my wolf tonight, I says, right, you can have your early night tonight, but in return, because you've only been up for like 6 hours, in return, I'm going to be getting you up early tomorrow. I said, I'll have no complaining, I'll be grassing you up to Auntie Winnie.
Yeah. I told Winnie that. She loves that. She's like, oh, bless. But you mustn't admit this to Bubba Wolf, but Aunt Win feels sorry for her because you're being cruel.
Aww.
Don't be cruel to his bub, she says. I feel sorry for her. So She said, if you're cruel to your mum, she will give you a piece of her mind.
Well, Mama Wolf did actually at one point say, she said, I'd like to meet this Auntie Winnie.
Yeah. Careful what you wish for.
Yeah.
Because if I say that to Alan, he'll buy her a one-way train ticket and send her up to you, mate. It's your problem now.
Yeah.
People, it's the mistake people make is they see her and my mum together. Now, my mum's 4'8", and Winnie's a bit shorter. And they see these two women. You know, my mum's in her mid-80s, Winnie's in her 90s now. And they see these two little old bints with their little dame head and the Japanese snipers on, which are the ornate glasses that, you know, got the little curly brows on them. But they see these two little old bints trundling towards them or shuffling towards them, and they'll go, oh, look at them two old ladies. They're lovely. Do not fall for that pretense. When you see them, the first thing you need to do, the Jaws music. That's what you need to do. And then you abruptly turn around and run and hide to the walking away music, because you are dodging a bullet, folks.
Now, here's a question related to this. Don't panic. You've seen, what, about 5 or 6 episodes of Bluey so far, haven't you?
Yeah.
Is one of those that you've seen Grannies? Episode called Grannies?
I think it was, yeah. I think that might have been the most recent one, yes.
Ah, right, because I was going to say, when Bingo and Bluey do Grannies, I look at that and I think, I get that. That's a bit like Winnie and your mum.
Yeah, Winnie and
nice
Joan.
parking spot, Rita.
Yeah. So if you see them and they go, my name's Winnie and my name's Joan, walk away rapidly.
Yeah. Walk away. And
if you're carrying anything, just drop it where it is, because Winnie will have it anyway. Just walk away and run and hide, and don't come out. Don't pass go. Wait until at least 2 moons have been, and they would have gone by then.
If you're in retail, just do a quick stock take before all of that, and then obviously run. Other than that,
if they don't do the stock take, Winnie will. That's all I'll say on that.
yeah, literally.
I don't want to encourage her.
Like she needs encouraging. Yes. You know, we were saying before about like
mechanical attention, bless her. She's like, oh, she says, I'm not on the telly.
You know, we were saying before about like designing models and things that actually look structurally correct.
Yeah.
Well, here's a great example on this big super cannon. You got these 2 big chunky like cogwheels.
Yeah.
There's one here that's centered there, and all the cog teeth link into this cogwheel here, which is the cogwheel that then helps the cannon go up and down. And it makes perfect sense because it works. Because you've got a switch there that turns them on.
That's right. When I chop them down, you know, when that goes on, I'm going to have an axle that comes down that will be transmitting drive to the drive wheels, because why not? You've got to try and make it look like it would work.
Yeah, I've just realised I've not got a lever to go in there. I'll have to make one.
Yeah. You can't not have a lever, mate.
Lever.
Well, we need all the levers to pull and all the buttons and all the cogs and gubbins going on behind us, because it's like, steam valves that go, all of that, you know.
Lever, she's not worth it. Well, I said to Festa at one point, I said, I hope on that door on the side of that truck you're going to put like a valve, like a proper valve to open. And you went, yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
Ship's doors, like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, on these doors here, you're going to have the big old valve, like, you know.
Yeah.
Because I've got some of them in my Baneblade Greebles box. It's like, happy days.
Me and you, we think alike in so many ways.
Yeah, I kind of, it's like...
It's a bit terrifying, isn't it, really?
But it was like that, you know. Stefan sent me a picture. I did that on Photoshop and shortened it. What do you think? It's like, cut them down and shorten them. They're perfect.
The thing is, when somebody sends you a good idea, which you can then use without actually be able to steal it, because you don't need to, because it's like, of course I'm going to use that.
Yeah, but I always give credit. You know, it was his suggestion. The least I can do, you know, I've had someone reach out and they've suggested this. Happy days. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
All right.
Oh, right. So we've got a bit of that going on
now,
under there. Yeah, what?
I think you need to do a bit of standing up, my friend.
Oh, is it that time, is it? I'll be doing that imminently then, mate.
2 o'clock. So it's standing up time. Peter's not here to remind you, so.
Yeah, cheers for the heads up, mate. I'll do that, actually. I'll do that now.
Pleasure, treasure.
Purely and simply because, yeah.
I thought I'd better.
Let's just put my feet on.
Put your feet on.
Just in case I've dropped anything that's sharp, because I've done that many times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the latest one was the scalpel blade.
Oh.
Yeah, the scalpel had hit the floor, but it was blade side up, and I got up and didn't have my feet on, and it was, yeah. Right, I am gripping said bench, doing as I'm told.
I did one the other day. I went downstairs and I was just walking into the front room, because I'm barefoot at home. I don't need to wear shoes and things. I walked into the front room, and obviously at some point I'd had my dinner and taken all my dinner plates down.
Yeah.
And I'd had a cocktail stick to get some food out my teeth, whatever, and I just snapped it in half. And at some point, this cocktail half stick had fallen on the floor.
Yeah.
And it got embedded in the mesh of the carpet and was sticking up.
Yeah.
So what did I do? Walked straight over it, jammed it into my foot. I'm like, oh!
Absolutely. Smith Speed says, I am Mike. I've been here before and good friends with Natasha. Well, welcome, Mike. Lovely to meet you. Welcome to our little Friday night frolic and shenanigans. Yeah, so welcome.
You're a friend of
Edward
Natasha.
says to you, Fox, he says, I see a super cannon. Did you drill out the barrel?
No, because it's
drill out the barrel.
The barrel
of
fun. No, because it's already sort of slightly drilled. You just have to paint it black.
Cool, that's a nice length of your very impressive barrel there, mate.
Yeah. It's got a recess bit you can paint black, but I'm doing my super cannon on the back of the big track. I got bored of painting those.
I'm looking
dudes.
at that and I'm like, I kit bash that right on top of my squig off, one of them. Was that an expensive tank, Fox?
This was, I think it was about 75 quid.
Do you know, that'd be worth it just for me to kit bash that and put that on my squig off.
Well,
I think I've had an idea, Edward.
Well, the thing is, right, all these pieces of track, it's about 1, 2, 3, 4.
You move to your left a little bit, mate, because you'll just skew if that's perfect, mate, yes.
Basically, with the tracks, you've got this piece here, which is that.
Yeah.
So it goes like that, and it's pre-bent, it's pre-curved. You've got a piece here.
Yeah, you've got your saggy ones, yeah.
And a piece there. It's about 3 pieces, and they just all fit together. Yeah. And when you get them on, you can heat them a bit and bend them into shape. But
nice one.
And same with that one. It's a bottom piece with a bit of a curve, and then 1, 2, 3.
I'm just looking at that without the tracks, thinking that would fit on top of my Aldo with the big gun of goodness, because my squig off, Edward's going to end up being a bit of a kit bash between a squig off and Hal's moving castle, mate. It's going to be I've got carried away, mate.
Well, you could do that because each wheel is on a suspension arm, which is glued into the body.
Right.
So it's like a proper tank. So get rid of the suspension arm and the wheels. You've just got the body, that bit there, and the flat platform sticks on the back.
Yeah,
so you basically got it's like a big square. It's a bit like your half track. It's that kind of body shape.
Alpha Track, yeah, he's a nice fella, mate. He used to work at the Dog and Bucket down the road.
Yeah, but he makes a right messier garden when he does anything in it.
Yeah, so if you're out there, Arthur, hope you're keeping well, and say hello to Mrs. Track as well. So I did.
What, Arthur?
Edward says, I drilled out my barrel and the vents on the squig off. Here, I'm going to ask you a question. Did you drill out the squig wedge?
Do you mean to...
Oh, that's horrible fault, Fox, isn't it? Ooh. A little god-hand drill just going in and cleaning up. Oh, no.
That was your brain. That was your brain that came up with that. I think you need to go and have a word with your brain. Oof.
But my squig off is now literally on my right-hand side on the top shelf of projects that I need to start this winter. So, yes... I need to now gather up all the little bits that I had printed and go through them all to see what is left to print.
Yes. Yeah, you could do quite a bit with it. I don't know if it's 75 quid now, because that was in the days before everything merged together and got 10 times as expensive.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, I'm sure I can find alternate files or
Yeah.
things and...
Yeah. It's a shame with the Forge World stuff, like things like they've got the super cannon, but there's like 3 or 4 different cannons which can fit in the back of this or can fit on the back of the Squigoth.
Yeah.
But they only make the super cannon now.
Yeah.
So you'll see the instruction. You see the instructions for the Squigoth off of this, and it shows you like different cannons. It's like you can't get them anymore. It's just lucky that you can fit the super cannon on all of them. So shame, really.
Vexes us, it does, doesn't it?
Vex.
Suitably vexed.
You're vexed.
I'm made of vexes. Go get rid of all of that.
Now, somebody on this screen.
Oh dear.
Who is not me. I'm not mentioning names.
Oh no. What have I
Somebody
done?
who is not me on this telebox loaded up a game the other day. And that game was a Borderlands game.
I know. You were so proud, weren't you?
I was. Somebody sent me a picture saying, "Oh, look what I've done." And it was him in the character creator of
I
Borderlands.
didn't get very far because, like anything, I load the game without doing any research and then sit there and go, right, what do I do? So I was shocked quite quickly, but I did a few things like got me weapon out and went up and customised me character and things like that. And then before I knew it, I followed this little claptrap piece of thing. I was getting shot at and I'm like, okay, so how do I fire this thing then? And yeah. Because I don't look at the rules, I just do stupid stuff.
I have to say 2 things. First of all, did you do a little bit of a squee when Claptrap turned up on screen?
Yeah.
You were like, "Ooh, that's that thing." And the other one was, I've forgotten what the other one was. Hooray!
That went well then.
Yeah, the other one was something equally amusing, but I can't remember what it was. Yes, I thought you might, because I thought you might enjoy the fact that the first character you meet is Claptrap.
Oh yeah, it was just one of them.
Did you like him being all stealthy? Like, I'm going to go over here. Now I'm going to go like here.
Did all the noises yeah.
Yeah, that's Claptrap. He's basically an idiot. And he's designed to be hateable.
Yeah, he has got a voice that grates you after a while. It's up there with Peppa Pig's in it, but we don't talk about Peppa Pig. No. That's Claptrap. That's my actual paintbrush holder. I've got to weather that still. I started, but I didn't finish. So, yeah. But I covered my Xbox in a wrap, not knowing that it was Claptrap. I said, "Oh, look, I've got this wrap for the Xbox. I like it." And he was like, "You realise that's Claptrap from Borderlands?" I went, "What's that then?" Yeah. I now own Borderlands Pandora's Box Edition because why not? I did get that on a bloody good deal, though.
Oh, God, that was a stupidly good deal.
I know.
Because he says to me, "What about Borderlands?" I says, "Borderlands 1 is great. Borderlands 2 is good. Borderlands 3 is a bit crap."
Yeah.
And he went, "Oh, which one should I get?" And I said, "Well, why don't you go for the one that's like £4.99 for all 3 of them?" And he went, "Oh, no, and actually you said, oh, well, I got this one, it's all 3 of them." And I was like, "Hey, it was like £7. Forget it."
Yeah, it was like, yeah. I got the whole Pandora's box on a super deal, like £7.99. He's like, "Dude, you do realise how much that would cost if you bought them separately?" I went,
"Yeah, that's like 150 quid worth of game." Whee!
I said it was on the Xbox deal. It came through just now, and I got it.
Yeah. Well, it's like me this last week. I want to get back into streaming. And what I want to do, apart from doing I'm going to be streaming Partworks and stuff, but I want to resurrect the games on Friday.
Yep.
So I thought what I'll do is I'll resurrect Friday streaming, but I'm not going to do Fallout anymore because I think people are getting a bit bored of Fallout 4. It's a very slow-paced game. So I'll go back to Far Cry and I'll do it at Far Cry Friday.
So we did that.
And I thought, well, I was limited before to Far Cry 6 because that's the only one you can stream where there's nothing in it that's not going to get you copyright hit because they're all full of licensed music. But now I've got a PC that can play games, so I thought I'll see if I can find any mods for like Far Cry 5 because I'd love to stream Far Cry 5, but it's full of copyrighted music and I had to do it on Patreon before. So I found that there were some mods to get rid of it. So I'm like, okay, well, I can get Far Cry 5, then it means I can mod it, take all the music out, and I can stream it for everybody. It'd be brilliant. And then it was like, but I really want to buy Far Cry 5 again. So I went to Steam and it was like, Far Cry 5, 45 quid. I went to Ubisoft, Far Cry 5, £7.
Yeah.
I'll have that one, thank you very much. How much is Far Cry 4? £4.19, I'll have that. How much is Far Cry 3? £2, I'll have that, thank you. So I've got 3, 4, 5 and 6 now on my PC. 3, 4 and 5 in the offshoots, as well as Primal and New Dawn on my PC. It's like, I don't need them on there, but...
Yeah, but you can go into Steam and do all the mods then, can't you? So
yeah. Well, I can mod Far Cry 5 now, so I can stream it for everybody. I still won't be able to stream Far Cry 4 because I've not found a way to get rid of them. This is stupid, but when you go into the menu, like the pause menu, to do anything, there's background music and it's actually copyrighted.
yeah.
Every time you go in the menu, which is hundreds of times a game, a session.
Yeah, you can't undo it, can you?
No, and I've not found a way, or anybody that's removed it. And also, when you get in a vehicle, the radios plays copyright music. It's like, oh, and nobody's published a way to take them out yet, so I can't do that. Far Cry 3, I think I can. There's only one piece of music at the start, but I'll live with that. Far Cry Primal. There's nothing copyright in Far Cry Primal at all.
Far Cry Primal, I love Far Cry Primal.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, right, I looked up mods. Far Cry 5, tons of mods.
Yeah.
Far Cry 3, tons of mods. Far Cry Primal, there's like 3.
Yeah.
There's like 3 mods. And they're all just like...
Yeah, it's not heavily played, is it? Which is a shame, because I think it's a great little game.
Oh, it's fantastic. But it's like, the mods are all like, just, carry more things in your basket. That's it. So it looks like I'll be able to stream Far Cry 5. So I'll probably start with that one. And then once I've done that, I can do Far Cry Primal. And I can also do the one that came after Far Cry 5. Like, it was a bit like Far Cry Primal, and it's like a bit of a sub-game. It's the same map. It's set after Far Cry 5. Because that actually was the first one that came with a streamer-friendly mode where you can turn off all the licensed music. Thank goodness. So I can probably stream that. I don't know how good it is. I've not played that. So, yes. So at some point... I'll bring back Friday gaming. Far Cry Friday. I'd stopped doing Fallout because since they updated Fallout, it's just become
it's a little bit
unstable.
Yeah, it's a bit unstable at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, and I could get it. I could use the PC version, but I'd have to start again from the beginning. It's like I didn't want to start right from the beginning because I got many hours in.
Yeah, see, I'm lucky. I haven't got far in them, so I can get round to playing them and starting them. I'm still a gamer in training. I'm going through it and just taking me time.
I don't have a problem actually starting the game from scratch at the beginning again myself personally, but I've already streamed so much of it. I don't want to start like Fallout 4 and start streaming it from the beginning again because people have already watched that. So it's like, So we'll do Far Cry. Far Cry 5.
Get to see the sinister Joseph Seed.
Oh, the seed. Yeah, the seeds.
And the music is such an earworm. Well, he said, when I first got the Xbox, this is sort of games you might enjoy, blah, blah, blah. So I got hold of Far Cry 5, didn't I? And played the little bit of the intro, and I'm like, that earworm kept me awake all night. It was like in there, wasn't it? It was,
That's the beauty of it, because it's like psychological warfare. The music they use is supposed to get into your mind, and it does.
That and the Borderlands games, I think, are the best intros on games. They really are brilliant, aren't they? The little animations, prequels, or whatever you want to call them. But
Borderlands 1 where Marcus is like, yeah, good luck. And then he's like, get off my bus.
Yeah.
I like Marcus. Yeah, the one downside of streaming Far Cry 5 is I've had to turn off all the cults music, which is what plays at all their bases, and that's what he's talking about. This music, they have this like fake Christian rock.
Yeah,
it's so good. It really gets in your mind, but
it's so addictive, isn't it?
It's so instrumental to the game because you see an enemy outpost and it's got this music playing through the PA system, but I've had to turn it off.
Yeah,
which is a bit of a shame. And I've turned off all the car radios and stuff, so it's like Could they have put any more licensed music in this game at all?
Yeah, but it's probably to stop people from streaming it.
No, they like people streaming their stuff. It's just that's what's wanted for the game. It's just, I don't think, it wasn't until I think New Dawn when they realised we need to start giving like a streamer mode here for people. Because in New Dawn, there's actually an option to turn off any copyrighted music.
Yeah.
And that seems to be becoming a thing now with games companies. They've started doing that. Because they realise it's just an endless amount of free PR.
Of course it is. It's free advertising. It's only themselves they're shooting in the foot.
Yeah. It's like Cyberpunk gave you that option. It's like, turn off any copyrighted music. Yeah, please, thank you. But the frustrating thing with Far Cry 5 is that half of the music is licensed, so it's like proper rock and roll from, Led Zeppelin or all these proper bands and stuff. And that makes sense. But then they also got this couple to write all the fake, like, religious songs.
Yeah.
All the kind of cult music. This fake Christian rock type music. And they basically wrote all this music for the game, but it's copyrighted. Because they're an actual musical group.
Yeah.
So it's like it was written for the game. It's part of the game soundtrack, but it's copyrighted. It's like,
yeah, it's not really
about shooting yourself in the foot. Like the game soundtrack isn't copyrighted because that's written by the guy that's paid to make music for it. But because this is an external band, it's like, you should have bought the rights to that, Ubisoft, and then people could have streamed it, and it would be great. But it's still an awesome game.
So I mean, some of the games are just epic, aren't they? You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
For a total noob like me, I am spoilt. It's like, yeah, happy days.
Oh, yeah, you've got so many things to play with in your future.
He's like, dude, I wish I could be you. Why? Because you've got all of this to discover for the first time. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like the last 25 years of my life playing video games, you're starting that.
I know, it's great, isn't it? It is. It's like... So much so that I'm actually setting up a gaming channel because, yeah. Yep.
Indeed you are.
All going to be done over on there. So hopefully I'll have that up and running in a couple of weeks and I'll put the links up and people can go and sub to it. And, yeah, so that's where all the content will be going for it. Why not?
Yep. Do it. Do it. I can't wait to start watching you playing.
Oh, mate, it's going to be, it's going to be, because those that don't hang out with us when I'm doing the gaming parties, Fox comes in because, I narrate as I'm doing it, but I come up with little side character names and all of that lot as I'm doing it. And he sits there just giggling away, and I'm like, what are you laughing at? He says all the little side stories that you're creating for what you're doing. It's like,
It's like, there might be a game where, let's say Far Cry 5, you liberate this base, and now there's a guy there saying, hey, come over here, I've got a thing. And he's like, his entire thing is, can you go and catch this bear?
Yeah.
So you get a quest, you catch the bear. No, you'd be having a whole conversation with this character. You'd be making his backstory up. To me, it's just a quest giver. To you, it's like, no, this is Bob. He had a farm, but the Peggies took the farm away. So
hello, Bob. How you doing? How's the wife and kids, mate? In case you wonder, Bob runs the dog and crumpet down the road there, love. And that's it. You get 5 minutes of me rambling, total and utter inane nuts about this character. Well, it's just shit. Just cheers me up. He just sits there going, you do realise that, if you was to stream this, it would be quite funny to see. And I'm like, who wants to watch a noob like me struggling to play computer games? It's like, be amazed.
Have you ever heard of Skyrim Grandma?
No.
You know the game Skyrim, right?
I know the game Skyrim, yeah.
Yeah, you know the game Skyrim. There was a lady who, her son was a gamer.
Yeah.
And his mum's in her 80s. And he set her up with a PC.
Oh, right, yeah.
And she was watching him play Skyrim, and she's like, what is that? So he set it up for her, and he explained how to play it and stuff. And she started playing it. And she's like 80-odd.
Yeah.
And she really enjoyed it. And somehow, eventually, he managed to convince her to actually stream playing it.
Yeah.
So you've got this 80-year-old little old lady.
Oh, good girl.
Playing Skyrim, streaming it on the internet, and she always starts with, hi kids, because she's like talking to her she's like, hi grandkids, to the audience. And she's this lovely little old lady. I can't remember her name now. And she became known as Skyrim Grandma because she talks to she had Inigo, and so she talks to all the characters like you do. And she makes up all their stories and she has these quiet little adventures in Skyrim with these characters. And it's like, it's so good. And to the point that they actually scanned her in to put her in the Elder Scrolls 6. But whether she lives that long before the game comes out, you don't know. But so even Bethesda know about her. So yeah, you're just like a young version of Skyrim Grandma. If she can play Skyrim, you can play games.
Oh yeah.
You will have a whale of time, sir. A veritable whale.
But it's like, I'll just sit there and go, oh, hello, geezer, are you? This character turns up and I'm like, hello, what do you want? And I'm off, I'm on a tangent. But also it's silly little things. I'll say to him, here, there's a mouse. And that's it. And he's like, what are you on about? I'll just walk around here and there's a mouse. It's like when I was in the Hunter Call of the Wild. If you go into one of the woods and really investigate, you'll find a hidden bunker. And it's a full-blown gun bunker with loads of loot in it. And I'm like, really? Why is it there? It's perfect. I love all of that.
He was absolutely agog and had his mind blown. He unlocked a hunting lodge. And he walked around the back of the hunting lodge, and there's a little swimming pool, like a hot tub, with an inflatable alligator. He's like, there's an inflatable alligator in the pond. This makes no sense. What? This isn't what? He couldn't understand. He's like, what?
Barbecue. Look at that. Look at this alligator. And he's like, dude, you really are hooked, aren't you? And I was like, yeah, but someone's put that in. Probably how many people have played this game and never even gone out this little side door. I love all the little eggs that get hidden away in games. I love that, 'cause that's what I used to do when I used to do coding. You always put an egg in something.
This is what's going to be the joy of watching you, is that for all those gamers who are old and jaded and we've been doing this for so long, we don't notice little things like that anymore. We just take it all for granted. It's like, it's one game. But it's going to be the joy of watching you discover this stuff for the first time and be completely smitten with it. That's what's going to be fun.
This is how much of a noob I am, right? I took a screenshot one to it because I'd loaded up. Was it Far Cry 5? Something anyway. And I loaded him up and I said, here, what's this round thing with all the dots in the corner? He said, that's your map, you pillock. That makes sense now.
It makes sense while it's moving.
Yeah. And he was like, you're just so innocent to all of this. And I was like, yeah.
Which, to be fair, a lot of games don't bother explaining. They always take it for granted that you know what's what.
Yeah, and then people like me come along that go, yeah. Just when you thought it was safe to go near a console, I turn up and go, I'm going to have a go at this. And right.
But this is where it'll be fun, because it'll be refreshing watching someone marvel at all the little things that we just absolutely either don't even notice or take for granted.
Well, for me, I started it because Debbie, my MS nurse, I was on about my struggles with dexterity now and cognitive and eye coordination. And she said, do you game at all? And I went, no, I'd struggle with the controller. She said, it'd probably do you good, actually. She said, because it's cognitive and give it a go. And that was it. And I started chatting with his lordship about it. He said, Series X. He said, what's the most recent console? I said, well, I've got a Sega Mega Drive and a Mega CD hooked up the telly and a PlayStation 2 that was modded that I've used about 4 times. He's like, really? I went, yeah. So that was it. He should do realise, he said, you get to live the whole Xbox experience from scratch. And I was like, okay, so what's a good console to get? And that was it. And you didn't think I would get one, did you? You thought I would just go.
I wasn't convinced, because you were umming and ahhing a bit. I wasn't convinced 100%. And if I remember rightly, just to be clear, I didn't quite just say, go and get an Xbox. I was kind of like, I was pushing the Xbox a bit more, but I kind of said, you can get a PlayStation or an Xbox. It's just, if you get an Xbox, then, at least me and Chris and other people that have got one, we can play with you.
Yeah,
but if you want to get a PlayStation, get a PlayStation.
I'd already had a PlayStation next door. So for me, I've got a PlayStation, whether or not it's the most recent one, I've got a PlayStation. And it was like, I'll give that a try then. And my eldest boy is an Xbox nut anyway. So I thought if I get stuck, I'll just drag him in here and he'll help me out, you know. But
I wasn't sure you were going to do it 100%, but I thought you might.
And I sent him this picture one night. I said, oh, look, I've had a parcel turned up. But it was Excalibur moment, wasn't it?
It was a little picture of the little green vent on the box. I'm like,
yeah, it was like, I'm so proud of you.
Much excite. Yeah. And then it just kind of sat there for about 5 months. It didn't do anything with it. And I'm like, oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah. It was like, I said, you know, I'll switch it on and play with it when I'm ready.
Yeah.
And I just watched a few videos on people playing games, and I just started to try to familiarise myself what I was getting into. And then fear kicked in then, and it was like, yeah. And in the end, it was like, I'm going to have to switch this bloody thing on at some point and have a go.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I said, I'll find a game that'll get me going. And it was Jasmine. Said, have you tried Hunter Call of the Wild? And I was like, no, what's that then? Well, it's an Xbox game, you pilch. And I downloaded it and had a play and got Gary the Bloodhound, and I just started wandering around because I just wanted to wander around in the wilderness, getting used to controllers and trying to get this hand and this hand to bloody talk to each other, and these banana fingers and thumbs to be a bit more coordinated. And I've gone through different games and things that have taught me a bit more dexterity. There's one I'm using where one stick controls one character and the other and it is just getting me used to doing things together, because with MS you lose that ability. You start struggling, and
so that's Brothers, isn't it?
Yeah.
Brothers.
And the other one I did recently was Return to Grace, and started doing that. And that had a lot of stuff with the controllers, like balancing on beams. I kept saying to Fox, it's good for me because where the character was juddering, I had to try, because with me it's reaction times. This is why I don't do many shooter games at the moment, because the time the message gets from my brain to these hands, I've been shot millions of times, and I need to get that speed going. So I'm looking at games that just get the coordination. With this, with the beam, as you fell one way, you had to quickly jiggle the stick, but subtly. And in the end, I adjusted my Elite Series 2 so that my jerky movements weren't as aggressive with the controller, if that makes sense.
Yep.
And once I calibrated it to suit these, I was able to achieve certain things in it that I was stuck on. And it's just opened up another little realm of learning that when you feel, all right, okay, I can do that now successfully, you can then start tackling more intense gaming, you know.
That's one thing with the Far Cry games is, although some of the firefights can be exceptionally intense, a lot of it is, if you capture an enemy outpost, you can just play stealth and then just approach it slowly and take your time and take people out one by one and sneak up. And
well, this is the thing, you know, like Fox, like he's just said there, stealth. Now, to me, I'm sitting there going, what's he on about? Because I would just walk normally up to a character and wonder why I was getting shot. It's like, you need to sneak up on them, mate. Okay, how do I do that then?
Not in every game, but, you know, some games it's...
exactly. So, for me, that's what I'm enjoying. It's that learning of the tricks. And I don't always get it right, but I have a laugh doing it.
And the fun thing to watch as well is, and I've said this to Colin, it's let's say you put me in a game, okay? I'm in a place. There's a dude in a room. Let's say it's a Far Cry game. There's a dude in a room, a desk or something. Maybe he's a guard or something. And I walk in. I walk in the door, and across the room there's a little office, and there's a bed, and there's a guy stood there. And I need to take him out, but I don't want everybody else to know, because somebody will turn the alarm on, and then it'll go to nonsense. So I instinctively do things like I'll crouch to go into stealth, crouch down because you make less noise, and I'll sneak behind things, and I will do it as if I was there. So I'll be like sneaking behind. I might run there quickly and hide and crouch again, and I'll basically put myself in that place, as if it was an immersive sim.
Yeah.
And that's just instinct to me. That's just natural instinct. I know to do that. And then I can sneak up behind him and do an execute or whatever. And in most games, not all games have that kind of stuff built in, but in most games, I'll try and do that when I play a first-person game. And some games just don't have any kind of stealth at all. There's no stealth mechanics. Some games it's not really there, but you can still do it. But if there is a stealth mechanic, I'll always kind of play slowly and quietly because it's just instinct. I know I duck down behind a thing and it's like I'll peek out from behind it and see if the guy's there. I might throw a stone to catch his attention. And it's just logic for me, especially with Far Cry. If I'm here and there's a guy here, I can't take him out. I can't walk up behind him and take him out there because this other guy over here will see him. But if I throw a stone to make him come over here, they'll say, oh, what's that noise? He'll walk over there and I can sneak out from behind here, take him out and then take the body and drag it back. So I can do stuff. And that's just instinctive to me because it's just putting myself in the game. So it's fun watching Colin start to develop that kind of, I don't know what you call it, like game spatial awareness, that kind of like instinctive.
Yeah, gamer knowledge.
Well, not gamer knowledge, but it's an ability to switch from your current reality and put yourself in the mind of the character you're playing.
Yeah.
So you're in that building, in that room, and you're behind that cabinet, you're behind that crate or whatever. It's that ability to forget that you're playing a game and become the character and think like the character. And you're no longer thinking, I will crouch behind this and then I'll crouch over there. And you're just doing it as if you were there.
Yeah, I immerse myself in the world I'm in, and it's like, it's almost like I'm living there. It's, yeah.
Yep. It's awesome.
And I like that because I just go for a wander. It's like, oh, what's over there?
Yep.
Like when I loaded up Cyberpunk, I just went for a random drive, stopped and trundled over, and I sent him a message. I said, look, I was just randomly driving along and there's this little critter in the middle of nowhere. Look, he's there. Look, it's all detailed up. I love that. I love finding all these weird little unexpected things, but also, especially with some of the modern graphics, you can go into real world situations and it's so expansive and detailed, and that's totally new to me. It blows my mind.
Well, that's the beauty of a well-built video game, is when it looks realistic and you can actually do things in it.
Yeah, in real world time.
Yeah, or if I walk into a room in real life and if I pick up a bottle, I know I can pick up that bottle and drop it and it will smash.
Yeah.
So in a video game, if I walk into a virtual room and there's a bottle on the table, in my brain, I shall be able to walk over, pick it up and drop it. When a game does that, because it does what you think it should do, that's when you really get immersed into it.
Oh yeah, it's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah, some games don't do that at all. Some games do it very, very well. But it's
been fun. I will get round to streaming it. I just want to get a little bit more familiar with things because I am conscious of, do people really want to watch total beginner stuff? I don't know, but
yeah,
there's always someone out there trying to learn it. I suppose there is that.
Everybody watches Grandma Shirley play Skyrim, so
it's like anything. You just want to. I want to enjoy the experience a bit more.
Yeah.
Because I am mindful that, people are tuning in and, yeah. But like I say, I've got the channel handle and everything ready. I just want to lay the channel out and get it all done, and then I'll put links to it and people can go and sub if they want to. Massively appreciated if anyone does. And if they want to see a total pillock making a complete buffoon of themselves in this gaming world, then and give it a watch.
Yeah. Well, there's two reasons why people will watch a gaming stream, and that is one, either to see how well someone plays a game, or to see about the game itself, or just to see what story the person playing it makes out of it. Yeah. And in your case, they're going to love the fact that you make a whole story out of it. That's your strength.
Yeah.
Because when you go and watch a game stream for someone to see how well they play the game, that's when they're playing some kind of competitive crap. That's not what we do. But so absolutely, they'll be watching to see what stories you make.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I do create these bizarre little worlds, I must admit. But It's my way of coping with it, I suppose. It works for me.
Let's have a look at chat.
Whilst you're doing that, I'll just wake the wife up, mate.
Yes. Edward Lennon says he had his wife paint it. Ooh, the squidge, that is. The super cannon is the badass of them all. It is rather impressive as an orc cannon goes. I like the shells. I've got to paint those yet, but big honking shells. Now, I know everything looks really dark on my screen, by the way. It caught me by surprise because I thought there was something wrong with my camera because everything was really dark. And I thought my exposure's wrong. No, I primed it black and dry brushed rust over it, so it is actually really dark. It's not my camera, because look, my hands are normal, so if I got like a normal coloured blue, that's normal. It's actually the model that's very dark. So much to do on this yet, though. I do have the dudes, which I think are primed. I think they're primed. Yeah, they're primed in grey. There's 3 grots manning the cannon. One picking his nose. His finger up his nose. And, of course, the driver. I've just mounted them on bases for now. But I'll end up gluing them onto the thing, I think.
You want to mount bases? That's up to you, you dirty cow.
Count basie, what?
Yeah. It's alive.
Good. Bill says, I've been getting whole episodes of Peppa Pig coming up as adverts on YouTube. It's freaking me out. It's because you mentioned it.
Yeah, beware of the pepper. It's all Peppa Pig.
Bill says, the countdown wheel says 99 plus and it doesn't move. Upcoming game streams from Fox on Fridays. Oh, yes. Yeah, they're probably going to be morning, I think, because I've been trying to figure it all out. My morning slot is good. My streaming slot is going to be mornings, UK mornings, like 10 or 11 o'clock, because that's what fits in around my life at the minute. So it'll probably be, as best as I can, I'm going to do daily streams, maybe. As best as I can. It's not every day. Like just workbench stuff, and then on a Friday I'll do a gaming stream. No Saturday, Sunday, because that's my weekend off. Fox's Friday Fantasy Fun. Oh no, that's only available on his OnlyFans.
Yeah, I've been busted his chops to get back to it because...
Yeah. And rightly so. Edward says to you, try Little Nightmares 1 and 2.
Oh, I'll make a note of that, Edward.
Yep. Little Nightmares 1 and 2. I've been telling him to maybe look up some twin stick shooters because he was playing brothers with the 2 different sticks. And that's good for coordinates, and so I sent him off to look up twin stick. I can't play twin stick shooters at all. You know, like the you get the little ship and one stick's the movement and the one stick's the direction you fire. I can't play them.
What was the name of that? Little Brothers, was it or something?
It was Little Nightmares 1 and Little Nightmares 2.
Okay. And so I have to make a note because I will forget.
Yes. Bill says, you've not lived until you've had to type Go East into a text-only adventure game. Yeah. I remember playing King's Quest on the BBC Model B at primary school. Jeff says, I get this joke. Careful, Bill, you might get eaten by a grue. It is dark. You were eaten by a grue.
I still love them little DOS games. You are in a room and on the table on the left is... Yeah.
I always remember the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy text adventure, that if you didn't pick up some random thing in the bedroom at the very beginning of the game, you get all the way to the end and you couldn't finish it.
Yeah.
Because you needed this one. It was like a lighter or something. And there was no reason at all to pick it up because it did not seem important at all. That was in the days when they really didn't help you in games. You just had to...
Yeah.
Jeff used to buy computer magazines and spent hours typing in all the programs.
Yeah, used to get the discs on the front, didn't you? Yeah.
Yep. I remember going through we had an Atari 400 and I was programming all the little games that were in that book.
Yeah. You remember the cassettes you used to get with a little separate cassette deck for the Commodore? And you'd go down, you'd have your dinner, watch Grange Hill or whatever was on Magpie or whatever. And you'd go up and the game had just finished loaded. It was like... Yeah.
Little coloured bars on either side of the screen.
Yeah.
Memories of my Spectrum. What would I had? A Spectrum Plus, Spectrum 48K Plus.
ZX Spectrum, yeah.
Point and click games like Monkey Island, says Edward.
Yeah.
Classic LucasArts.
Yeah, I do like a little bit of LucasArts. My first stream will be the complete Grim Fandango because I said to Jeff I'd stream it, and yeah. Aye.
Yep. Jeff says my paint job's looking fantastic. Thank you. Very kind, sir. Very kind.
Very kind.
Now, I don't want to paint the seat yet because I've got to dry brush inside the cabin, so I'll leave that for now. For now,
dear. Only for now, eh? Right, can't put none of that on until I attach that. What am I doing? Am I going to put that on yet or not? No, because I've got to weather all of that. So I can't put none of that on.
I'm not going to start painting the... I do like that grill.
Right, that's all click together stuff. Not using the front arches because I've got the tank tracks going on there.
I need to do some checkers, but...
Could quickly weld up the chassis, the hull. Get that all welded up and, chassis. Because, I need to say chassis whilst
you don't need to say that at all.
Whilst wearing white gloves, because that'll be a double pointer.
Let's not call you Wayne.
I see what you did there.
Yeah, you see what I did there.
I did. So that's all right. I can't call you a bar steward, but you know I'm thinking it.
Yes. Right, I did do some checkers on this, but I don't think I'll start them tonight. I'll probably do that next time.
Yeah, we'll go at 3, I think. That would be...
What time are we on now? Oh, God, I got... about 5 minutes ago, it was like 2:05. Now it's like 4:43.
It's scooting round, isn't it?
Like I said to you, stand up, and then that was 5 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Right, I better go get some clean water then and wash my brush. Give me a sec. Ooh.
Yeah, what have we got? We got about 10 minutes or so, folks. I'm doing it again, Edward. I've been really professional. I'm cleaning the bench as I'm doing it. Because I do like to keep my bench a bit tidy now. You might have noticed. So, anything I'm not using, I'll just quickly scoot it away in my drawer of safety, because why not? Rid of that. That can go in there. Spudger. Files can go away because I'm being really good and profesh.
Files, because they coo.
Cool. That's all of that done. It's my little shortened tracks, so Stefan is watching back. That was, yeah. You're cute.
You made this.
Right.
That sounded determined. Right. There are 2 other games I want to stream eventually that I got. I've wanted to stream for a long time. One is Medal of Honor Allied Assault, which I'd love to stream.
Yeah.
And the other one is I was determined to stream Half-Life 2, but then I realised I can now play Black Mesa, which is the remake of Half-Life. Half-Life 1, not Half-Life 2.
Oh, right, yeah.
Which is the remake of Half-Life. I'm like, oh, wait, I can play Black Mesa now. So I started playing Black Mesa just to remind myself if I can play it or not. Because, these are old school games.
Yeah.
And I was doing all right till I got to this one bit where you get to this elevator shaft where these guys drop down, and I just kept dying and dying. I'm like, I can't stream that. I'd just never be able to. Oh. So I can't promise there won't be God mode cheats every now and then for difficult bits because I'm old now.
Yeah, like so, we've got to have all the cheats, mate. We are men of a certain age.
Yeah.
If cheats are there, they're there for a reason, mate.
Yeah. I'm quite enjoying Black Mesa, though. It's quite good. Looks really fantastic for a remake.
Yeah.
Half-Life 2 just hasn't aged well in terms of visuals. I mean, Half-Life, sorry, not Half-Life 2. I have that problem with the left side of my bench. It's starting to take over, says Edward. And he says, no way, Fiesta.
I know, I've been really professional. I mean, look how clean it is still, folks.
It's amazing, isn't
The
it?
only reason the can of activators there is because I've got my welder in my hand at the moment, but that'll go back shortly. But yeah.
There's hope for us yet, you see. There's hope for all of us. If Festa can keep his bench clean, we've got no excuse for any of our rubbish.
Does make my life a lot easier, I must admit.
Panzer's in. Saying
Hello,
to everyone.
Panzer. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. To see you. Nice. Don't know why I did that pretend thing of Bruce Forsyth there. It wasn't very good.
You was happy doing it?
Yeah. Hey, I'll tell you what. I saw a trailer for the upcoming Wallace and Gromit movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
And the guy they've got to do Wallace is insanely close to Peter Sallis, the voice.
Really?
It's like,
yeah.
My God, he's nailed it. I've never heard a voice artist reproduce.
It's the wrong trousers, Gromit.
Yeah, it's like, often when like an actor dies, they get another voice actor in to do, and it's like they always try and do so. I've never heard anyone get as close to their actual target as before.
I think they've AI'd it.
No, it's an actor. I can't remember his name now.
Oh, right, yeah.
It's some actor, but he's like, it's so good. He's so good at doing Peter Sallis's voice. You wouldn't know if you didn't look it up or you didn't know he died.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a while as well, which is I hadn't picked up on that. So that's some talent, that is. That's some talent, Wallet, Gromit. Right, folks, you've got 10 minutes of me doing nothing, so you can chat.
Must be difficult, like I say, getting actors to do their voices because they're so unique and well known, aren't they?
Yeah, to find someone that can get it. It must be a difficult choice for the production company to be like, well, an actor who's known for a loved character has died. What do you do? Do you carry on with somebody we're doing a sound alike, or do you just not do it?
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, they must have gone through enough auditions and tests to be like, yeah, we found someone now, and he's actually good enough that we can carry on. But yeah, it's incredible. He sounds very, very, very much like him. Muse is in, says evening all. Hey, Muse.
Oh, better put me welder down. Oh, just a minute. I'm on it. Oh, my God.
On target.
I'm on it.
Switch all power to front. Deflector screen. Switch all power to front.
Danger Will Robinson. Danger Will Robinson.
I like making the aruga noise.
Bless.
Edward says, when you call Festa Fiesta, it just adds to a lot of party atmosphere and vibes to his name.
Ted used to always call me Fiesta 67's workshop. That's how you've been to that top shelf again, haven't you, Ted?
Yeah, behind the beady curtain. Jason Martin says, Festa, exclamation point, comma. Are you planning on building another Tamiya 112 bike?
Yes, I've got one I'm filming at the moment, mate.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's literally just offshot. I can't show too much of it because it's a commission for someone that is,
Ooh, I wouldn't show any of it then.
Yeah, I would love to be able to show you it, but it might give the game away. The video for that will go up when the recipients receive the gift. My next one for me is going to be the Marc Marquez Repsol Honda, mate. Jason. So, I've got that one. Joey Dunlop's bike to do. And I have got a couple of bikes that I'm doing for myself, which is going to be a dystopian bike, sort of Borderlands stroke Mad Maxi type contraption. And then I'm doing an industrial naked bobber conversion on a well-known motorcycle. That might be of interest to people that like doing a little bit of kit bashing. So it's not going to be war hammered or anything like that. It's going to be, if anyone knows Exile Cycles, it's Russell Mitchell, and he does very industrial custom bikes. And I'm doing a model in that style. And I've bought the kits, and purists might hate it, but yeah, it's my model.
It's your model.
there's quite a few coming up because I will be eventually stopping the shiny stuff because I struggle now to do it to the standard that I would like. It's becoming more problematic as my tremors and that are taking over. So, yeah. So I've got a few to do, and I will do them this year, early next year. So, is there anything in particular, Jason, that you're looking at what you would like to see me do a build of? Is it a kit that you've got that you would like to follow? You know, let me know. Because, you know, it might be something where I go, do you know something? I'll get one just to film it for you. So.
Yeah. Now, this dystopian one that you're making, this dystopian bike, is it basically a bike with a Baneblade turret on the top?
No, it's going to be a very nomadic, apocalyptic, you know, found and scavenged bits and pieces and cobbled together this bike. And it's going to be weathered, dusty with a, you know, one of my little vignettes that, you know, is my thing now. And yeah, so, yeah, and it's something that popped into my head when I was looking at some pictures where I've got folders upon folders of pictures of builds where I've been building, and I like to take little photographs of where I've got to, but also little ideas or things that I'm thinking of. And I spotted this particular build, and it was at a stage, and it just spoke to me, and I thought, I could make a naked style bobber bike, but a little bit dystopian out of that shape. And it sent me on a completely different tangent. And it was when I was doing the build that Wendy sent me, the late Wendy Hickson, may she rest in peace. And rather than do it to the bike she bought me, because obviously it's a gift and I'm very reluctant to cut a gift apart unless I get permission, I went out and bought the exact same kit just to do that build with. And yeah, it's literally just to my right there. And I'm really looking forward to doing them too, because it's taking modern style motorcycles and perhaps going forward 50 years or a generation into a post-apocalyptic world where they've been found. I'm building something unique from them. So it's floating me boat a bit.
Are you going to scratch build like a 1/12 scale bolt action rifle holster to go on the side over the panniers?
Yeah, there's going to be all kinds of resin printed stuff that are going on. I'm going to actually have a figure on it. I don't want to give too much away, really, other than that. But I'm going to do a figure on it that is of character, should we say, and just create this little scene. And boom, you know, why not?
This is basically what he's saying is, it gives him an excuse to 3D print a 1/12 scale Kira in the intended leather outfit.
Absolutely, Marcy says we still need to build these easy top car, don't we? Yes, we do, darling. We do. Whilst holding up a box that's literally on my bench of to be done ASAP. Think.
Eliminate all. Panzer says, you know, anyone will think that you're terrified of you, Marcy. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. We all are.
If you're not terrified of Panzer, I'm going to ask you why not.
Yeah. If you're not terrified, how? What did you do?
And then I'm going to throw you under the bus and grass you up and say, Marcy, Panzer said he's not scared of you. No.
Muse says, and here I am packing up house. I need to hire someone to organise my model stuff. We still need to build that. Oh, I've done that one.
Yes.
Doesn't have to be shiny, though, unless you want it to be, she says.
Yeah. Oh, no, I shall do it as original because it's an iconic vehicle. That one, it's the, I just showed you, it's the ZZ Top Eliminator.
She says she finally found the right paint for it. One of the guys had it and gifted it to me.
Yeah,
mine is front and centre right where I can see it.
Boyd Red, wasn't it? Boyd Coddington Red? But yeah. I can't remember rightly, but yeah. Iconic car. I think Billy Gibbons has still got it in his collection, Marcy, if I remember rightly.
If Colin had a monitor on his brain right then, they would see a high activity level. Muse says Boyd Red.
Yeah, Boyd Red. Yeah, I know I was right. Boyd Coddington. Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, it was an amalgamation of reds, but yeah.
You're an amalgamation of reds.
I like a bit of an amalgamation of reds.
Bit of Kinnock. Bit of Heath.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I'm squeezing my sponge.
Marcy says, yeah, I got a tiny jar, one shot to get it right. Yeah, it is one of them, isn't it? But, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to doing it. Yeah, I'll just give that a quick knock off with the sander. Now that we've done a couple of weld lines down the rump there, why not?
Panzer says, Colin and I work for Sarah Jane. No one is more frightening than her.
Well, I don't know. I'll give Marcy a run for her money. Bloody hell. Because she's got the ultimate ammo. She'd grass me up the H.
Oh, God, yeah. Absolutely. Dee.
Whack a little bit of extra thin along
Right,
there.
yeah, it's 3 o'clock.
Yeah, no, I'm just literally finishing up.
Oh,
mate.
lovely. Lovely boy, lovely boy.
I just wanted to get to a stage where I wouldn't forget where I got to.
Cool beans.
You just said cool beans. You do realise
I
that.
did say cool beans. I'm allowed to say cool beans.
Oh, all right. How come you tell me off when I say it then?
No, you're not allowed to say it. I'm allowed to say it.
You just said cool
I've
beans.
decided.
That's so 1984. He goes and says it, and it's
Cool
cold,
beans.
suave, and bloody windswept. How's that work? Right. I'm not having a wibble. It's just like, hold up a minute. There's one rule for you, and yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Jason Martin says, maybe the YZR M104. I find the gravity paints work well for the bikes. Ever used gravity paints?
No, I haven't, mate. I use Zero.Paints on all my bikes, mate. Not tried the gravity, to be honest with you, mate, but yeah, I've heard good things about them. The last YZR M1 I did was my Rossi and Rider bike many, many years ago, mate. So, yeah, good shout. I don't think I've got a Yami stash. Yeah, sorry. Go on.
The thing with you and paints is that you've got so many of them. Are you going to get more paints at this point?
Yeah, I do have a bit of a paint fetish, don't I, mate?
Yeah.
You know, I am overrun with them, but yeah, it's one of them.
You could get more paints, could you? Really?
I don't know. I've emptied a few jars recently, so there is space for a couple.
There's always the option of printing more paint racks. No.
Yeah, there's always. I can always make space for paint. Marcy says that you need a slap. Yeah,
I need a slap. Why do I need a slap?
exactly. But yeah, Edward says very hot paints. What's that? The gravities. Yeah, having not used them. I mean, the Zeros I find. I've got the set there for the Marquez bike at the front there, and yeah, it's just I wish their jars were a bit better, but hey, you know, what can you do?
I do need a slap. I've been saving up, but it's so expensive now.
Absolutely. So, folks, what have we done tonight? Well, I did my track conversion for Stefan Lars.
That is so cool. That is so cool.
Because he sent me a picture and said, yeah, have you thought about chopping the tracks up and shortening them? So I did that. So,
Cool.
welded up.
Carry on.
Yeah, welded up me hole for me tank. Started that process. Got me turret done, me gun turret that's going to sit on top of the rather small Tiger tank turret that has been modified.
Just happens
Just happens
to fit.
to fit perfectly because, yeah, it spins round on its, yeah.
It was meant to be.
And that's going to sit atop there, like that. And that'll be grafted onto there. And then we did a bit more work on the chassis. And I've got to build little drive gear arms and that to come down into this little tray that holds all the tracks on it, just so that it's engineered right. So, yeah, there you go. Jeff says it looks perfect, like it was molded that way. Yeah, it was just a bit of stealth cutting, Jeff, to be quite honest with you, mate. I used my really knackered old saw for it because it's got flex, and I removed, I don't know whether Jeff was in at the time, but I removed pretty much all of that lot from the tub and then that from the tracks, see, out of the middle, and just reshaped it and grafted it. Once it's had a prime, it'll blend in quite nicely.
Do you know what that's given me an idea for now that you have to build?
What's that?
Take a standard 1/35th half track, German half track, Greif or whatever.
Oh, yeah, Greif, yeah.
but in the 1960s style, chop it to like be really, really short. You know, like you get
like
you
an
get
Ed
like,
Roth vehicle, you mean? Yeah.
yeah, like there's literally like it's like the doors like that wide, and then you know they take most of the car away and they make a little stubby half track.
Yeah.
With like just like two wheels on the tracks.
It'd be like 2 wheels and then the front wheel and this little eek. I could do that. Is that a challenge, is it?
Maybe somebody will send you a half track. I don't know.
Absolutely.
I'd say do it with the 1/16th, but that's too expensive to do that one.
Yeah, go on. Yeah, could you imagine it if I chopped the 1/16th Sherman? Pete would have fits.
It's a 200 quid. It's a 200 quid tank, and we've just chopped out 170 quid's worth of it.
Yeah, but it's doable, isn't it? It's like,
oh god, yeah.
Yeah.
Little stubby comedy half track.
Or do it with a kettle crad, you know, the one with the motorbike front end on it. Oh. Yeah.
It'd basically be a chibi half track, wouldn't it? You'd be making like a little tune tank half track.
It's got to be done, mate.
Oh.
And of course, don't forget, I've got the Borderlands bus conversion build that I'm going to be doing soon. That is those that remember the Bluey car that I did, which is, incidentally, just here, this little...
Strangely enough, just to
this little slightly eccentric contraption from the Bluey kids car thing. Well, I got sent another one. I got sent the school bus, didn't I? And...
yeah.
I'm going to start that soon because where I loaded up Borderlands recently, I was like, oh, I could do that Bluey bus in the Borderlands style and do it as the Borderlands bus. So that's what I'm going to do with it.
I'm going to let the people into a little secret as well. I sent him the original Bluey car. Right?
Yeah, you're
Somebody
still
else sent him the Bluey bus, but he has 3 Bluey vehicles.
Oh, yeah, I got Dust Cart.
Yeah, and somebody bought that themselves.
Yeah, and someone else sent me the bloody Hello Kitty thing, didn't they, as well?
I don't know. What was this?
Yeah, I got a screenshot of the chat, mate, that you mentioned it in your turd. You dropped yourself in it.
I don't know anything about this. What are we talking about?
Yeah.
Hello, what now?
Yeah, he's in denial. Yeah, this Hello Kitty bloody aeroplane kit thing's turned up, folks, at Festa Towers for another future conversion, and I will do it.
That, then? Where's that come from?
Yeah, it's like, really?
I know nothing about that.
Yeah, there's evidence. So that's coming up, the Borderlands bus build, so yeah, I'll look forward to that, but the Insane Blade Warleck's getting dropped down, ready for the winter months to be painted. Mm-hmm. So yeah, there's quite a few side builds that will be going on in the background, folks. But yeah,
you're a side build,
exactly. But
well, I've not done that much tonight. I've basically painted lead belcher all night.
Pinted? What's pinted, mate? Is that a new thing? Is it?
There is a minky in my room. And there's a boom in my room with the Mickey. I've done not all of it, I'll probably do some more, but I've done lots of lead belcher on the main vehicle itself, on the engine block and on the diff, on the drive shaft and diff at the back, and some bits on there. I've not painted the tracks because the tracks don't get painted silver. Nobody paints silver tracks. Oh. And some bits and bobs. And then on a cannon, on the Super Cannon, again, just little metal details to start building up the colour, because it's going to have like white checkers on it and it's going to have some of the colour panels, but I'm going to leave it mostly rusty and this faded blue.
Yeah,
because that's just the way they've painted it and it's all chipped off and faded. So the beauty with this is there's not actually a lot of painting to do because it's mostly going to be just that blue colour.
So if they was fat checkers, would they be chubby checkers? See what I did there, folks?
Now, you've been given the joke died, I'll stop.
Yeah,
I was going to say something really funny and I realised halfway through it wouldn't actually be funny, and I couldn't think of half the words I needed to use. So.
Yeah, it's one of them, innit? We stop when we're behind. Marcy's just done the biggest face palm because I've heard it from here. I heard the smack sound, and
she says, "I have a Hello Kitty tank. It is pink. I need to finish it one of these days."
I've got one just up there that I did for the E-models. Yeah, the little Hello Kitty thing. That and the Chibi Titanic.
The Chibi Titanic. That's good.
Absolutely. But yeah, so there's loads coming up, folks. I'm currently doing a lot of video voiceovers because I had over 1.8 terabytes of unedited video footage from all the live streams and builds I've been doing that I've got to now sit and cobble together into videos and voiceover. So I'm going through and thinning down like 3 hours content into like 30 minutes and sectioning them all up so I can sit and voice over them over a couple of months, and then all of that content will be going up on the channel. So yes, a big thanks to all of those that have been supporting the channel over the years. I reached my little milestone during the week of the magic 2K, so I was happy as I can slop about that, you know. And I'm
congratulations.
Yeah, for me, my channel's grown organically. I've not gone out and bought subs and paid people to sub to me. It's all done organically. So big thanks to everyone that's done that. And yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. So Marcy says that's a lot. Honestly, well, I've been filming whilst we've been doing this. And on an iPhone, this 3 hour show is about 25 gigabyte of video footage. So of course, when you slap that all on an hard drive, it don't take long for it to quickly mount up doing the amount of streaming, because I film all the KA.Models stuff as well, because that's all going in to be edited, ready to release on their channel. So there's a lot coming.
So it'll be a case of get all the video clips, load them into the editing software, go downstairs, have your dinner, come back, and they'll still be optimizing.
No, it's that quick, mate, isn't it, for me? I can sit and do it in quite real time. Wow. You know, I can drag that data in and it'll be conformed into Premiere Pro in about 2 minutes, mate.
Mind you, I've not actually tried optimizing any video yet on this.
But, you know, things like the KA.Models Dio thing, that I've been doing, all of that has been filmed. And I'm going to film it. I've got like a video coming out on the milk truck, one on the beer truck, one on the dudes, one on the Dio, so they'll all be done as video series for the guys at KA.Models for their channel. So I just need to sit and voice it over, and I can only do that overnight because outside our house we have the green, which is a public green, and it's quite, a hive of kids' activity in that during the day, and you can't voice over when you got a lot of racket going on.
Nah.
So I do it overnight. So yeah,
I'd probably do the same because all my neighbours decide to do like woodwork and
exactly. If someone over the road's doing their gardening, lawn mowing, or drilling, or we got workmen digging up the road, you can't do it, can you?
Yep. Mew says I need to set up proper cameras when I get stuff moved. To be honest, most people's smartphone will give you a good enough thing to film with. I film on an iPhone SE 2020 and it's fine. So
this is how I do it. I've literally got my stream deck there with me streaming, and I've got my arch. That's my microphone that I'm talking to you all in. And then literally I've got my arch in front of me above the bench. And I'm filming. So as I've been streaming tonight, I've been recording all of this. And then I'll edit this down into little sections where I'm actually doing stuff rather than waffling. And that becomes video content that I then cobble together for my videos.
Yeah, so I mean, cameras are great if you can afford them, but your smartphone's probably just as good.
Yeah, that one there is an iPhone Max that I use because it's thing. I've also done videos before with my new phone, but the data on that is so extensive because obviously it's proper high def, isn't it? And
I tend to not use my actual phone to film because it can shorten the life of your battery, so I get a second phone to film.
Yeah, that's why I've got two, dear. Look, one there and one there, Fox.
Yeah, I know. You know that. They might not know that.
But, and I do have an iPhone 6 in the drawer there as a backup just in case everything goes wrong. And that works for me because I can upload this footage to the server and then I can then cobble that into whatever this is. So, yeah. That's how I do it.
Production house going on there, haven't you?
It is. It works for me because obviously, like the part works I film live as I'm doing it. It's done. It's dusted. But sometimes when you're doing like that diorama, you might just be marking cobbles for 20 minutes. You don't want to have 20 minutes of that, do you? So I just quickly do a little time lapse of it. Bing, there you go. I'm going to do that. I'm going to get on and do the rest. Bing, come back. It's done. But it's all editable video footage, isn't it? And it's, why not? Because I can't do what you do. Oh, I've got half an hour. I'm going to film a episode of a video. Because if I get the tremors or whatever, I can't do that. So I'll sit at the bench during the day. I've done it in Zoom Hangouts before. And I'll have my bench cam on and I'll be filming, putting a bike together. And out of that footage, I might only have 10 minutes of usable footage because I have to keep stopping. Because I twitch, I shake, I tremor, I do involuntary movements and all of that lot. That's why you get a lot of cuts in my videos, is because I've had to edit out the tremors and stuff like that.
That's the beauty of what we do. You can just have 20 seconds of footage and a quick line of voiceover, and that's it. It's great.
Exactly. So that's what works for me. I know it's a unique way of doing it, but I have to work around what I deal with. So it's just my way of doing it. Whereas Fox can say, oh, I've got half hour. I can sit and film on video for half an hour and it's done. That's an episode. I can't do that because I don't know whether I'm going to have to go and lay down halfway through because I can't stop my arms from shaking. You know, it's just one of them.
I film in little takes, but I can just sit down any time and go, right, I'll just film for an hour. But yeah, you can't do that.
No, I just literally, if I'm at my bench, I flick the camera on and start recording. Because, you know, out of that 3 hours footage, I might only get 5 minutes of video, but it's usable content.
The right way to film is the way that works best for you.
Exactly.
The way to do it.
You know, but anyway, I'm rambling and prattling on here. Marcy says, I have a camera and a couple of old tablets, should be plenty, and a GoPro. That's how I started, Marcy. I started filming with a GoPro head camera. It was all right when you was looking at the model, but if you reached over to get your paint, people would end up spending 2 minutes looking at my paint drawer. And it was like, yeah.
I like your video, but I got seasick.
Yeah, and that little arch, believe it or not, for me was a godsend. I only got it because of the light. I love having a lot of light because you need it. And then I just got a bracket for it and hooked my phone up and popped your uncle.
On a boom arm,
but when I'm doing the part works, that's big boom arm time then, which is just by me light up there and I swing that round. The arch gets disconnected and hung up. And I sit and film the part work and then I just put the bench back together.
Yep.
There you go. Barcy says 5 minutes of video with a full swear jar in my case. A good girl. I like your thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with having a swear jar. Right. I think we should wrap up for the night and let these lovely people go and spend the rest of their evening stroke morning doing their thing. Yes. Big thank you for everyone that has taken the time to go over to my channel and sub. Give the bell a ring as well whilst you're there. That way you get random stuff. Because I am going to start just randomly hitting the live button when I'm here overnight. Because I do spend a lot of time overnight at the bench because I can't sleep. And I've set it all up. It's all ready to go. And I'll just randomly hit the live button. And sit and just chat to you all night. So ring the bell, folks, just because, you know, you might get a notification, and then I might, even if I'm sat here, I might just say to one of you got your webcam and mic ready, and just go, bink, come and join me. So there you go. So, I'll do it as I'll do it as 2 people, because if it's a lot, I struggle with keeping an eye on conversation because I can't follow it because of my hearing. Whereas if I've got just one person with me, I can interact, bink, 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 bink. So if you're up for that, folks, give it a thought.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to love and leave you. Stay safe, stay well. Big thanks for the super chats. It's all going in my pot of goodness. Helps pay for this. And we will be back Sunday for the Sunday brunch, me and Dangerous. And then Monday, we're doing the 4 people E-Model show because it was bank holiday last week, folks. So last week's E-Model show will be this week. And then me and his lordship will be back this Wednesday. Hopefully I haven't got anything urgent to deal with. Till then, stay safe and well. Bye-bye for now.
Adios, amigos.
And I'm still scared of Marcy Fox, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. Bye-bye.
Everybody is. Even I am.
Be afraid. Use the movie. Come into a cinema near you.
chance to be ruthless.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down.